Chinese swimmer Zhang on her left, went out hard. She maintained her composure. That's hard as a 17-year-old, to maintain your cool and not panic, not spin your wheels, as they say, and rate too fast. And then that last 50, she just felt, I've got this. Like, she looked so in control. A really wonderful swim from the 17-year-old and a huge grin on her face as she realises now she's made history.
Tremendous performance. Said the other night, it's the season of summer, quite rightly here in the pool. The gold medalist of the women's 200-metre butterfly, Decker's fourth, Connor seventh, the two Australians. Let's head to the hockey. Ben Cameron.
Thank you, Wheelie. Argentina leading 2-0 over the Hockey Roos. They've dominated that corner here for Argentina. Simon Orchard, break it down for us. What did we see in that opening quarter?
If you're just waking up around the country, the Hockey Roos haven't woken up either. A rude awakening here against one of the best sides in the world. Look, maybe this is the game they needed to have, Ben. Some adversity through the pool stages. We saw this a couple of years ago. They went to the quarterfinals as another penalty corner for Argentina is earned. They went all the way through the pool stages without being troubled. In Tokyo, they got to the quarterfinal, and as soon as they ran into an Indian side that started to play a little bit differently, they struggled to comprehend how to overcome that. Today, Argentina have been like a flamethrower. They have held possession in the front half. They've been dynamic in attack. They've created. And look, let's be honest, both goals have been laced with some good fortune, but they are still creating plenty of opportunities. They've got another penalty corner, one of the best exponents in the world in Augustina Gorzolani. And the great one, Luciana Aymar, is in the crowd. 8-time player of the year. La Maggia, they call her, the Maradona of hockey, cheering on her country women today.
So 2-0 up, penalty corner here for Argentina. The drag flick is stopped by the Aussies. Argentina appealing for another penalty corner, and I think they will get one as well. We might get a referral in amongst all of this. I think we will. Taking a look at the replay, it was Gorzolani with the drag flick, as it often is. The Aussies, I think, Penny Squibb on the post, putting her stick down to try and save it, and took it on the foot. So another penalty corner. Here they go again. Gorzolani on the drag flick, just wide of the target. Bartram had it covered at the post anyway. Argentina's lead remains 2-0, 13 to play in the second.
Yeah, they've gone the other side there. Penny Squibb on the left post for Australia. I don't know if that's Squibb or Gandalf from Middle Earth. You shall not pass. We've seen her be so brilliant on the post so far. A really good hand-eye coordination from Penny Squibb, the Temple-up product. So Argentina on the attack again. Ben, Australia really under the kibosh here.
Another free hit for Argentina. Into the circle they go. Losing possession, though, is Trinchinetta. And now out to the left, Sanchez onto the ball, near the corner flag, still with all of the possession. Argentina constantly attacking. The Hockey Roos fighting for dear life at the moment. Out on the left, Granado trying to crash ball it into the circle, and a free hit going the way of Australia. It will relieve some of that pressure. Amy Lawton just hooked by an Argentinian stick. 12 minutes and change to play in the second. Argentina 2, the Hockey Roos 0. Let's go back to the pool.
Great timing, Ben. The swimmers have been introduced for the men's 200 metres backstroke final. There's no Australian involved. Hubert Koss from Hungary.
Men's 200-metre backstroke
is in lane 4. Lucas Mertens, who won gold in the 400 free earlier in these games, is in 6. States represented by Keaton Jones in 7. They've won a medal in this event across the past 7 Olympics. They jump into the water. It's an entirely new field from the final in Tokyo 3 years ago. backstroke in Paris 2024. Tomac of France is in 1, Christou of Greece in 2, Petsia from South Africa in 3. It's Koz of Hungary in 4. In 5, Michikov, the Swiss. 6 is Mertens of Germany. 7, Jones of the United States. And in 8 from Spain is Gonzalez.
And look, it's lane 2, the Greek swimmer, Christou, who's taken it out fast. This is a race of two halves. If you've got the speed, you go out fast. If you've got the endurance, you bring it home. And it's the Greek swimmer who's clearly almost a body length in front so far.
He's looking the goods at the moment, Apostolos Christou in lane 2. Hungary's Kos is trying to get towards him in the middle of the pool. He's in lane 4, and very quickly in lane 8, Gonzalez. So not only to see swimmers in lanes 2 and 8 turn with 100 to go. Christou from Gonzalez and Kos is 1.1 seconds behind Christou in 3rd.
Wow, and he's not slowing down. He's actually increased his rating. He's bringing in his legs. Kos is starting to move. He's the world champion from 2023, so I feel like he still has some movement in this race as they are making their way down to the 150-metre mark, but it is still Christou from Greece who's leading them out.
Christou, 27 years of age. This is his 3rd Olympics. He's never medalled. His best individual finish 11th in the 100 back, and he still leads from Kos. He's about a half a body length in front. Gonzalez is in 8th, moving up Kutsia. He's right up against the lane rope in lane 3. Still it's going to be Christou with about 15 to go. Kos reeling him in. Also quickly coming Michikov. It's going to be Kos who takes the lead. Kos will win gold, and he does for Hungary. Christou is able to hang on for silver, and it's Roman Michikov from Switzerland who takes the bronze. Great finish from Hubert Kos. His 2nd Olympic Games, and he is now an Olympic gold medalist. The 21-year-old sits up onto the lane rope and looks absolutely exhausted. He can barely celebrate. Slaps the water and is almost overcome with emotion. Apostolos Christou comes across to celebrate with him. He is absolutely cooked. Hubert Kos. Gold medal to Hungary to Kos. Silver to Christou of Greece. Michikov of Switzerland getting the bronze in the men's 200 metres backstroke. Let's go to the BMX and Corbin Middlemass.
Thanks, Clint. Looking forward to Isaac Kennedy, the Australian here. He finished 5th after his first run. He is the current World Cup Series leader, which is the BMX Racing League. So high hopes for him coming in. He's going to need better than 5th to try and finish in the top 12 overall. So after the first run, the 24-strong field is rejigged, and they all find themselves against varying different opponents from the total 24 out there. Joris Dorday is introduced. He's in the same heat again as Kennedy, so he won the heat that Kennedy was in to start, and he's in the same heat as Kennedy here, which isn't much like for the Australian given the raucous home support and the fact he is such a decorated BMX rider. Dorday chasing that elusive Olympic medal. Heat 2, run 2. Gate drops. Kennedy with the 10 on his back, got away pretty good. They come up to the first double. Second double completed. Opening corner. Dorday there first. Kennedy takes it quite wide. He's in second. Vep, Brink behind him, and then White, the silver medalist from Tokyo. Out towards the left-hander. Dorday still leads from Kennedy ahead of Brink. Carmona, White now back to 5th. Oh, there's a heavy tumble. The Dutchman goes down. Kennedy avoids the drama. Kennedy second. Dorday leads over the rollers. Dorday just a little kickflip as he finishes over the last of the rollers, crosses the line first. The head of Kennedy, White, Molina, Reeves and Vandenberg. And there was a tumble in the backfield. Kennedy was able to avoid all of that drama. Carmona and Brink singling down the 3rd straight, and both of them crashed out of the race. Carmona back on his bike and crosses the finish to at least get 7 points. And Brink has got his bike up and he's just walking over the 3rd stretch at the moment. He's going to finish as well and get back on his bike to at least earn points out of this. The news you need to know is that Joris Dorday has won both of his runs so far, and Isaac Kennedy, after finishing 5th in his first run, the Australian, is 2nd in his 2nd heat. Gianni Leo Brink is going to have to walk his bike over the line to try and earn some points. BMX racing continues. Let's go to Ben at the hockey.
Hard times for the Hockey Roos, Corbin. They're down 2-0 midway through their second quarter, and a penalty corner coming up for Argentina. Back to you.
Lane 6, Australia, Ben Armbuster.
Just running there, Corbin, because they're walking out the start of the men's 50 freestyle. Semi-final 1 of 2, and Ben Armbruster has just been
Lane
introduced.
3, representing Ireland, Tom Bannon.
Before we get to this, I did want to mention, what about breakthrough wins? Koss getting the first gold then off the meet for Hungary, and the silver to Greece in the men's 200 backstroke.
Lorenzo Tazzeri.
Is their first medal of any colour since Rio 2016.
I was going to say that. We don't see many Greek swimmers on the medal dive. So that's an awesome result for both of those nations that tonight they'll hear their national anthem played.
Islands, Jordan Crooks.
Jordan Crooks, the fastest qualifier. He's from the Cayman Islands, but he's an NCAA superstar. Swims for Tennessee. And he was very fast this morning. The defending Olympic champion and the Olympic record holder, Caleb Dressel, is in lane 1. This is the splash and dash semi-final 1. Blink and you'll miss it. The men's 50 freestyle. Cam McAvoy to come in the second semi. He is in lane 4 alongside Florent Manadou. He's trying to join Michael Phelps in winning 4 medals. Same events. Again, have to wait for the crowd to hush.
It's like being told off at school, isn't it?
To be fair to them, they have hushed when told.
Yes, they do.
But they are noisy and excitable with what's been happening here at the pool. First heat of the men's 50 freestyle, and they are away in the splash and dash. Brent Armbruster is in lane 6, but coming right through the middle to start is Crooks. Tazzeri next to him with Pace Dressel on the outside in lane 1. Crooks and Dressel, they're going to be behind the world record time. Also flying Grousset. There's an absolute line. I reckon Dressel just beaten by Crooks.
Oh.
Crooks first, Dressel second, and Grousset is third. What about that for a mix? So you go through the middle, you've got Crooks in lane 4, and then Dressel on the absolute outside in lane 1, and then the other side of the pool in lane 8 in Grousset.
That was incredible. Actually, I think Crooks led from start to finish. He came up and he was flying. Obviously, Caleb Dressel using his experience. Defending champ, he knows how to race this 50 metres freestyle. And then, of course, the Frenchman. Gee whiz, they don't muck around. They've just gotten straight out of the pool and they're out of there.
No messing around here for the most... Well, they're quick in the pool, they're quick to get out of the pool, they're quick to get out of the way. Jordan Crooks, 21.54. Dressel was 4 100ths of a second behind, 21.58. It will say another 2 100ths of a second behind Dressel, 21.60. So they're the 3 fastest. Bannon from Ireland, 21.74. Tazzeri of Italy, 21.83. Charudi of Israel, 21.91. Armbruster is 7th. His time, 21.94. Won't see him through to the final. Top 8 will go through in times. And Gabriel Garcia of Mexico, 21.99, was 8th quickest through in the first semi.
Great experience for the 22-year-old on debut. Ben Armbruster, obviously... It's a quality field, and that's going to give him an indication of, now what he needs to work on when he goes back to training and focuses on new goals following these Olympics. It's all about experience. What can you learn from this? He should be very proud. He swam really fast this morning. Fraction slower tonight in the semi-final.
Extra congratulations, by the way, to Jordan Crooks. was the first Cayman Island athlete, firstly to make a 50-free semi, and now to make a 50-free final.
Seconde demi-finale olympique du 50 mètres nage libre messieurs. Introducing semi-final 2, men's 50-meter freestyle.
Expect the crowd to go wild for the announcement of these next swimmers.
Représentant le Canada. In lane 8, representing Canada, Josh Liendo.
Canadian swimmer coming out to lane 8, Josh Liendo.
Ligne 1, représentant le Portugal. Lane 1, representing Portugal, Diogo Ribeiro.
From Portugal, Diogo Ribeiro.
He's the youngest swimmer there at just 19.
Ligne 7, représentant l'Ukraine. In lane 7, representing Ukraine, Vladislav Bukov.
Vladislav Bukov from the Ukraine is the world champion from earlier this year in this event.
Ligne 2, représentant la Grèce. Lane 2, representing Greece, Christian Kolomeyev.
Christian Kolomeyev, 31 years of age.
Ligne 6, représentant l'Italie. Lane 6, representing Italy, Leonardo De Plano.
Leonardo De Plano from Italy will be swimming from lane 6.
Ligne 3, représentant la Grande-Bretagne. In 3, representing Great Britain, Ben Brown.
Second seeded swimmer into the second semi.
Ligne 5, représentant la France. Lane 5, representing France, Florent Manodou.
Manodou from France giving the crowd lots of love. He's giving them the love heart and then
représentant l'Australie.
big hugs.
Lane 4, representing Australia, Cam McAvoy.
McAvoy strides out, named the professor a deep thinker. He has completely changed his training program, seeing the 50 free more as a strength and speed event. Forget doing 60 Ks in the pool. It's all about training high intensity, lifting weights, doing calisthenics, climbing. The world will be watching to see the success or otherwise he has here, and it will change the way a lot of people train for the 50 free if McAvoy does salute. But he first needs to get through the second semi.
One of only 2 4-time Olympians for Australia, Cam McAvoy. It's a very impressive history in the sport for us. And Manodou next to him, also 4-time Olympian at the age of 33.
Manodou came out like a rock star and was greeted like one as well. Deep breath from Liendo from Canada in lane 8. They're up onto the blocks. The second semi-final of the men's 50. Jordan Crooks, the fastest from heat, or semi-1, 21.54. And they're underway in the splash and the dash. Great reaction time from Benjamin Proud, away super fast. McAvoy through the middle will take the lead immediately at the halfway mark. McAvoy in front, alongside him Manodou. What a battle between those two. It'll be in the 2 lanes. Coming up quickly though, De Plano. McAvoy alongside him, Proud. He's getting there, and Proud wins alongside McAvoy. A dead heat. A dead heat for the fastest time. You cannot split them, 21.38.
Wow.
Take a breath, everyone. 21.38, Proud and McAvoy, who stare across the lane rope at each other and go, oh, goodness me, what do we do now?
How did that happen? Oh, wow. Talk about taking a breath. I don't think the swimmers took a breath.
They certainly don't. It's one breath and away they go. McAvoy and Proud, 21.38 respectively. It was a fastest semi. De Plano, the Italian, third fastest, 21.50. Jordan Crooks, fourth quickest from the first semi, 21.54. Dressel has qualified fifth. Brisset sixth. Also getting through, Kolomeyev. He's been able to get in seventh fastest.
Wow, sorry, Clint, sorry. They were just showing the replay from above, the camera angle above the field of swimmers, showing us the touch. And do you know what? I reckon Cameron McAvoy stole that, because Benjamin Proud was clearly in front. He was already on the glide into the wall, and Cam just brought his hand around really fast. So, wow, that is going to be an exciting race tomorrow night.
They always are. To wrap it up, Manadou from France will add a little bit of hometown flavour as he looks to join Michael Phelps in winning 4 medals in the same event. Now, Phelps did it in 3 different events. The 200 IM, 4 golds. He won the 100 fly 3 times and picked up a silver. He won the 200 fly 3 times and picked up a silver, but nobody else has been able to do that. So Florent Manadou could be, we talk about rare air. There's lots of rare air. This is also rare air, but he will get the opportunity to do that, Manadou. He's in lane 8. But McAvoy, alongside Proud, both fastest, 21.38 into the final of the men's 50 freestyle. Tomorrow, back to the BMX. Corbin Middlemass.
Thanks, Clint. Run number 2. In Heat 1 for Saya Sakakibara, she did win her opening run, and then the fields jumbled up for the second run. Saya Sakakibara is still selected in gate number 1 as the highest rated BMX racer in the world.
So what do they do?
She's ready to go in this next heat. Mixed up, she's also drawn with Lauren Reynolds again. So Reynolds is in the same heat, the fellow Australian. So we've got Saya Sakakibara in gate number 1. She's the highest rated BMX racer in the world. And then Lauren Reynolds, who actually creates a bit of history here alongside Rebecca Henderson, who raced in the mountain biking, and Anna Mears, who's now the chef de mission, of course, as the only 3 Australian women that have actually competed in Australia's cycling team at 4 different Olympic Games. So we got 2 Aussies a gate apart at the top of that 8-metre high ramp. 35-degree angle. They come down that at about 60 kilometres an hour. It's a 400-metre track. If you envisage a 100-metre straight, and then basically it snakes upon itself. So after the first corner, you take a right-hander, and then there's a left-hander, which is the penultimate turn, after going over a double and a tabletop. So a double is basically one jump that clears 2 hills, and the tabletop has a flat on top of it, which basically connects 2 jumps. And then they take a right-hander to finish over a bunch of rollers, which rollers for the uninitiated is a bunch of small hills. Sakakibara, Feenstra in gate 2 from the Netherlands, Reynolds from Australia in gate 3, the 33-year-old, Eberhard, the Swiss rider, in 4, Walker is the Kiwi in 5, Stansel is the American in 6, Mariana Pahon, who finished way back in 6th after her first run. If you don't know who she is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist and silver medalist from Tokyo, so she is arguably the GOAT when it comes to BMX racing, particularly at the Olympic Games, the Colombian. So look out for her. It's time to go for Pahon, who is coming off surgery recently as well, so has been injured in the lead-up. But great to have her here nevertheless. Mariana Pahon, she is contesting this despite really no ligaments left in her elbows, had significant surgery there. Hatekiyama in 8, gate drops. Second run for Sakakibara and Reynolds. Sakakibara gets away well. She's got Reynolds on her left-hand side, and that's a really positive start. It's the Aussies 1 and 2 into the opening corner. The Dutch woman works her way up in Feenstra to take second. They head down the second straight. Left-hander coming up. Sakakibara leads from Feenstra. Reynolds still in 3rd, ahead of the American in Stansel. Out they come now down the 3rd straight. 1 more corner to navigate for Saya Sakakibara. She does so successfully. The rollers to finish. Feenstra 2nd, Reynolds 3rd. They get over the finish line, and Sakakibara wins again ahead of Feenstra. Lauren Reynolds crosses the line in 3rd. It's Eberhard who finishes in 4th, the Swiss rider. Pahon, the Olympic champion twice over, in 5th. Walker, Hatekiyama, and Stansel, the American, is last of all. But Saya Sakakibara is all but through to the semi-final stage after winning both Run 1 and Run 2. That's a superb start for Saya Sakakibara, while Lauren Reynolds is well and truly in the mix too after finishing 3rd in her 2nd run. Let's go to Lauren Borden at the gymnastics.
redemption story of Simone Biles is complete. After all her troubles at Tokyo 3 years ago, she had a team redemption when she won gold 2 nights ago, and now she has just won the individual all-around women's final. It all came down to the very last apparatus, and in fact it was Simone Biles who was last on the floor. She needed 13.867 to win gold, and she scored 15.066. She did her floor routine to a Taylor Swift song, so she wins her 6th gold medal, her 2nd all-round medal, this one to go alongside her one from Rio. And quite fittingly at the very end, she pulled out a goat necklace from her bag, put it around her neck just to symbolise that she is the greatest of all time. So Simone Biles with the all-round gold. 2nd was Rebecca Andrade, and 3rd was Sunny Lee. So the American coming in 3rd, the Brazilian in 2nd, and the Australian Ruby Pass finishing 13th at her first Olympics. She's got her eyes on Brisbane already as her home final, her home Olympics, when she'll be only 25 years of age. But Simone Biles here, the gold medalist in the all-around final, as we head back to you at the hockey, Ben Cameron.
Thank you, Loz. Half-time at Yves du Manoir on the 2nd pitch, match 22 of the women's program in the hockey at these Olympic Games. Ben Cameron broadcasting all of the action alongside Simon Orchard. It is Argentina, the Lionesses, leading our Hockey Roos 2-0 at the break. Simon Orchard, what did you make of the first half, and how did the Aussies turn it around?
Ben, I hoped that the Australians would turn up fierce and focused today. Instead, flat and floundering. Argentina leading nearly every key category. Penalty corners 5-2, circle penetrations 10-7, shots 6-5. Possession has been 61%, and that is the big key. Argentina have held onto the ball like they are possessed. They haven't given the Hockey Roos a sniff, and they just haven't been able to get into this contest. Look, this is a ridgy-dig side, Ben, since 2000 when they won silver. Argentina, they've won silver twice more at Olympic Games. They've won bronze on 2 occasions. Outside of Holland, the most dominant hockey nation in the women's game in the last 20 years. So this is a great test for our Hockey Roos, but we need our leaders to stand up. The likes of Kershaw, the likes of Caitlin Nobbs, of course, Grace Stewart in the front half. Jane Claxton is out of the game again, so they need to get their stick on the ball and start making things happen.
And the Hockey Roos work their way back into this contest. They move it quickly to start this second half out to the left. Now going back inside the defensive circle. Squibb with the trap, plays it to Taylor, comes back centrally. Lawton under pressure, top of her defensive D. On the reverse stick, moves it out towards the left. Now the Aussies attack down that side through Kershaw. Off to Grace Stewart. Nice trap, a little spin, pushes it down the sideline. Kershaw making a nice run, dribbling down the left, playing it forward. Into the circle go the Aussies. The cross comes in from Paris, and then it's swatted away by Argentina. Free hit to the Aussies out on the left. Grace Stewart with the self-pass, works towards that baseline again. Argentina come away with it once more. Off they go, down their right. Jankunas wins a free hit for Argentina. Wide out on that sideline. They lead 2-0. 14 minutes to play in the third.
Good signs for Australia, though. They are the names you want to have the ball. Lawton, Kershaw, Paris and Stewart. They've gone to a 2 centre-half system, Ben, so a little bit of a different look for the Australians. We saw the clipboard of Hugh Purvis, one of the assistant coaches, just before half-time, talking to a couple of the midfielders about a little bit of a different look. It's just going to help them outlet the ball from the back a little bit easier. Argentina have pressed with a fair bit of success. Now at the moment you've got Lawton and Taylor in the middle, providing 2 different passing options for the back group.
Oh, Carrie Somerville unable to trap it. Well, it was right under her stick, and free hit to Argentina out on the left. Just in their attacking half, taken quickly there by Trinchinetti, working it down the left away to Albertario, trying to dribble towards that baseline. Free hit Argentina. Left-hand corner. They lead 2-0. 13 minutes and change to play in this third term. More of the swimming coming up in a short while. You are listening to ABC Sports coverage of Paris 2024 in association with 9. In that left-hand corner, Granado winning a free hit, trying to take it quickly, Argentina. The umpire wants it to come back. The Aussies have improved. It was a bad opening quarter. They were down 2-0 at quarter time. It was the same at half-time, and still that's the scoreline. They've certainly improved since their Simon Orchard. They've pulled back some of those numbers that were so severely in the Lionesses' favour early on.
Yeah, it was a glaringly one-sided game in the first 10 or 15 minutes. Look, my only concern, Ben, is we haven't seen the best of some of Argentina's greatest players. Granado, Albertario, Gencunas. These girls are top-flight attacking talents and starting to get their stick on the ball at the moment as Granado feeds the ball forward to a teammate.
Stick coming in from Australia, though. Trinchinetti going after it, winning a free hit right on the edge of the circle. Free hit to Argentina on the left, pushes it towards Albertario, working down that baseline. 16 coming up for Australia. Been good in defence since those early stages. 12 minutes to go in the third. Argentina 2-0 over the Aussies.
And they're a difficult opposition to deal with. We haven't seen this through the early pool stages. South Africa, USA, and of course Great Britain at the bottom end of the rankings in terms of this hockey competition. Argentina can get the ball up in the air, Ben. 3D skills. It's just the ability to lift the ball off the ground, and it just adds another dimension, clearly, three-dimensional hockey to defending. So the likes of Carrie Somerville, who's quite long-limbed, who's got that really big reach, has to be dynamic in her foot movement to try and stick with these really slippery Las Leonas forwards.
Long aerial from Argentina, knocked down by Colwell. Lawton gets onto it, played first time there, quickly by Kershaw, now dribbling through Nobbs. She's tackled, loses possession. Argentina back on it. Away they go down the right. Albertario dribbling across halfway, pushing it towards the attacking 25. Runs over at the pass intended, I think, for Albertario. And Australia pick it up through Colwell. Towards halfway. Here's Kershaw dribbling over the half. Now Kershaw just dribbling backwards, held up in midfield. Not really sure where to go here for the Hockeyroos. We'll just push it out to the right. Taken there by Shand. She'll go back and they'll recycle it from the back. Here's Squibb. Squibb pushes it back to Shand on the trap. Now pushing it above, just beyond the half line. Nobbs does well to get around a couple. Hockeyroos in possession. Can they launch a foray forward? Plays it out to Kershaw, who goes back to Colwell. Now back to Squibb. Crash ball towards the top of the circle. No one able to win it there for Australia. Coming through, though. Free hit going the way of Kershaw in Australia, right on the dotted line, just slightly out to the left. It'll be just beyond it, in fact. Argentina leading 2-0. 10 minutes to play in the third. Here's Nobbs on the 25. Playing it into the circle. Grace Stewart twisting, turning towards the goal mouth. Nearly flicked in. Ricochets away. Kershaw on the ball. Twisting. Firing it towards goal. Argentina keep it out. And they come away from their circle. They stop the Aussie attack again.
Nice play from the Hockeyroos. Sorry, Ben. Caitlin Nobbs and Steph Kershaw getting into these nice little seams and pocket of space in the middle of the field. Already in this third quarter, we've seen Caitlin Nobbs receive just 2 or 3 times and get her head up. Great forward movement and an open receive to attack the heart of the Argentinian defence. It's an area of her game that she's been trying to improve. She's got all the defensive capabilities of a world-class star, but this is the next level for Caitlin Nobbs. Exciting to see.
And here goes Colwell on the dribble towards the attacking 25. The Hockeyroos beginning to find a little bit of groove. Pushes it back to Nobbs, who pushes it back towards the half line. Hattie Shand takes it. Sweeps it lateral away towards Squibb. Pushes it out to Colwell, just beyond the attacking 25. The Aussies just shifting it side to side. Squibb, drive pass towards the attacking 25. Lawton moving it out towards the right. Young on the ball, dribbling towards the T-point on the D and also baseline, and then Argentina again, too good. They win a free hit. Alisana in there having a chat. And they're going to check it here on the referral. Alisana calling for it.
It's probably around the time of the game when you need something to happen. I reckon Alisana maybe has just gone off a little bit early. It was more of a emotional decision than a well thought out one. Let's have a look at the replay again. Grace Young just feeds the ball in. Nice little 3D skills. Alisana certainly gets hooked. Now, the Argentinian defender has hooked her stick. I guess the question now is, has it impacted her ability to go after the ball again? I don't think she would have got it back.
There's an obstruction inside the circle. Therefore, you can restart it.
Obstruction inside the circle and a penalty corner. Well done, Alisana. So the Aussies, they get a penalty corner, and boy, do they need it. They've got a little bit of momentum at the moment. They need to capitalise here with this PC, Simon Orchard.
Yeah, they do. Look, Tatum Stewart out of the game again today, one of our number one penalty corner attacking options. So Claire Colwell, she'll be on the first. Castle, Penny Squibb, the second. If you're wondering what is a castle, it's a battery at the top of the circle. You've got two girls who are stick stopping. They roll their stick over and stop the ball, so Penny Squibb or Claire Colwell can pick it up and fire it at the net.
Young will be the injector. In it comes. Knobs the trap. Colwell the drag flick low and hard. It hit a foot and it's put in anyway. It'll either be a penalty stroke or a goal. We'll get the penalty stroke for Australia. There was an Argentinian foot right on the goal line that stopped it from going in. Colwell on the drag flick. It was deflected on. It hit one of the Argentinian foots, Albertario. And in the end, it was knocked in by Young, who was the injector, who got to the goal mouth. But a penalty stroke before that. The Aussies in the fan immediately. The Aussies in the stands. So, Knobs to take it, it's saved. And it remains 2-0 Argentina. Constantino with her left leg diving to her right, able to kick it away. And Caitlin Knobs can't convert from the penalty spot.
Tough pill to swallow, Ben. There's a referral, though. I think it's from the umpire asking whether there was movement off the line from Constantino. So maybe, just maybe, a double chance for the Australians.
Oh. What do you think, Simon Orchard?
I don't think there's any early movement. The question, I guess, maybe is, are her feet on the line? It's really close. There's only centimetres in it.
There is no clear reason to change your decision.
Yeah, no clear reason to change your decision.
It'll be on the whistle. Okay, it's your free hit here.
Argentinian free hit, so it just feels like that might take the wind out of the Hockey Roos. They were coming with all of the momentum, but then a penalty corner. Also into the penalty stroke that has then been saved. It feels like that will just sting and maybe suck the oxygen out of this group.
A beautifully worked penalty corner. Claire Colwell from the first battery feeds down to Stephanie Kershaw, who's sliding in on her reverse stick. She redirects the ball towards the goal, hits the foot of the Argentine defender and earns the stroke. Caitlin Knobs won't be happy with that. It's straight down the middle. It's low and soft. It's a good save from Constantino, but she didn't really have to do too much work.
No, it wasn't. Caitlin Knobs' best work. Here goes Australia again through Colwell over the defensive 25. On to Knobs. Now moving it out to the left. Arnott on the break. Over the attacking 25. Into the circle. Back to goal. Feeds it to Knobs. She pushes it towards the goal. It's in! They do get one back. The Hockey Roos showing their heart. There's no quit in this group. Beck Greiner might have been involved. She was around it. It is 2-1 to Argentina, and the Hockey Roos are right back in this contest.
Beautiful ball releases Alice Arnott down the left-hand flank. What I love, she had the poise and composure to turn to feed the ball back to a teammate. The ball gets ricocheted across. It comes off the stick of Morello, the Argentine defender, and bobbles straight past Constantina. Goal Australia. It doesn't matter how they go in, Ben. The paper tomorrow will say a goal, and Trini Powell, arms outstretched, they're back in it.
Yeah, Greiner threw her stick at it, didn't get near it in the end, or got near it, but no contact, and then in the end, they ricocheted in off the Argentinian stick. Goal awarded to Caitlin Knobs. Here they come. The Hockey Roos have come out breathing fire after half-time. 2-1 Argentina, 7:38 to play in the third.
You learn a lot about a team and how they respond to adversity, Ben. We haven't seen anything go Australia's way so far in this contest. Still plenty of time to go. 22 and a half minutes left in this game. A pivotal Pool B game. We know how difficult the other side of the draw is. Whoever wins this will likely finish top and get the easier quarterfinals. This is likely against maybe a Germany, a Belgium or a China from Pool A.
Williams winning it back for Australia. Wins a free hit as well. These Aussies have lifted their rating significantly after half-time. They have come out and looked like a different team. Somerville playing it to Taylor. Over halfway, out to the extreme left, and a free hit to Argentina. Ball trap there for the Aussies. Away come Argentina. Down the right they go. Just dribbling it away, Trinchinetti. Wide out on the right. Might have been a free hit to Argentina. Missed there, I think, by the official. Still Argentina go towards the corner flag. The cross comes in. Free hit to Australia. Clattered into the foot there of Diaz, who gets up limping. Not much fun, is it, Simon Orchard?
No, not at all. We still haven't worked out a hockey shoe that can protect you from the scalding hockey ball. I love this fight back from our Aussies. You mentioned it looks like a different team. Well, look, you go back to June, just a month and a half ago, 2 games in the Pro League. Argentina beat Australia 5-0. The very next day, the Hockeyroos came out and overturned the deficit and beat Argentina 1-0. So they do have this, I'm not going to say flukiness, but different sides, different strokes for different folks sort of mentality at times. But this is really promising for the girls in green.
Colwell puts the ball at her stick. Sweeps it out to Somerville, who sweeps it forward. The Argentine defender overcommits, trying to push it into the circle. Here's Brooks. In it goes, wide out near that T-point. It'll spit out and then work out for Diaz. Top of her defensive circle. Taylor harasses her. Diaz dribbling away over the defensive 25 for the Lionesses. Still going, showing immense skill. How to play that free hit Argentina on that left-hand sideline, just in the attacking half. 2-1 Argentina, but the Aussies right back into it. Had a penalty corner, had a penalty stroke that was saved, and then goal shortly after. Fairy floss skies beneath Yves Dumanoir. And the Aussies fighting their way back into this contest.
Forward pressure has ratcheted up. Brooke Paris, Chooky with a nice steal there on halfway. Penny Squibb just clears it back to Claire Cole in the heart of defence, but this forward pressure has been manic in the last 5 or so minutes. Argentina not dealing with the heat from the Hockeyroos.
Trying a deflection there. Penny Squibb ends up in a free hit from the sideline for Australia. Squibb pushes it back to Colwell on the half line. Pushes it out to Somerville on the left. She switches it to the right. Squibb traps it. Drive ball down the right. Williams looking to play it into the circle. Instead tries to dribble past an opponent. Free hit for the Aussies. Out on the right. Williams working towards the dotted line. Firing it in. The Aussies are there right in the goal mouth. It could be a penalty corner. There will be a referral. The Aussies loved it. Brooke Paris immediately charged towards the umpire. So did many Aussies.
One of you.
And the umpire just wants one of them to chat to. Steph Kershaw takes the responsibility.
She will check the whole play.
They'll check the whole play. You heard it there.
We have a team referral from Australia who are asking for their stick being held in front of the goal. Can you review the whole play, please?
You've heard what they're looking for, Simon Orchard. Tell me if you see it.
Dangerous ball across from Mariah Williams to begin with. Then I had my arms in the air. I thought it was a stroke live. Maddie Brooks on the back post goes to parry it in. The Argentinian reaches across, misses the ball and hits Brooks halfway up the stick. It's definitely a stroke if there's no danger from Mariah Williams feeding the ball across. I tend to think the ball has gone maybe over waist height. The Argentinian player has reached out to try and trap it. Danger can be quite fickle, Ben. That is the only question. Otherwise, I think it's definitely a penalty stroke for Australia.
So you would be awarding it danger first and foremost, but if they don't see it that way, you are saying that it is a penalty stroke.
It's such a hard determination. The ball has gone through a gap. Technically, there's no players who you could say really are in danger. They're looking at the back end of the play now. I think the fact that Maddie Brooks and Brooke Paris from the back post went straight to the referral.
I have advice for you. There is a stick tackle in front of goal that prevents the player playing the ball. Therefore, you can restart with a penalty stroke. And Australia...
Oh, wow. Penalty stroke.
One person.
The Argentinians want to complain and... The umpire saying, I just want to speak to one of you. Video umpire you could hear there with the Scottish accent. Sarah Wilson of written a penalty stroke. Kayla Nobbs had one of these earlier. It wasn't her best. We'll need a better penalty stroke here.
It's a great call. Something I haven't said a lot at the video spot on. The danger at the start is only minor, really minor. They've overlooked that, and Maddie Brooks on the back post gets checked. Caitlin Nobbs was off the field. Mariah Williams is stepping up to take this stroke for Australia.
Constantino in goal, makes himself big. Williams saved, hits the post. Another penalty stroke goes begging. And still, Argentina lead 2-1. Oh, wowee. The Aussies, they're doing everything bar finishing. Was it saved, in fact? No, right off that left-hand post, as I called first. Diving that way was Constantino. Sick not far from it, but it rattled into the post. Oh, they are pressing. Here the Hockeyroos. Albertario out on the right. Somerville right there with her. Colwell too, puts in a challenge, wins it. Here for the Hockeyroos, down the left, free hit Argentina. Out on their attacking right, taken quickly. Argentinian fans finding their voice. And coming away with it are the Hockeyroos, who have to come back. 2-1. We're going to get another referral here. 3:36 to play in the third. Simon Orchard, this game has gone up a number of levels.
Yeah, this is a medal-esque game of the Paris Olympics. Look, Mariah Williams almost perfect. Inside of the post as well. You know, sometimes you can deflect off the outside edge, but it's inside of the post. The ball ricochets straight back past her. You wouldn't read about it. 2 penalty strokes and no conversions. Constantino took a big sigh of relief, and now Argentina goes straight down the other end. I reckon they're going to get a corner. Mariah Williams has made a challenge from a free hit. I think she's about 3 metres from the ball. You need to give 5.
The defender is about 5 metres when she makes the tackle, so you can restart with a penalty corner, and Argentina will keep the referral.
You are coming into form at the right end of the tournament, Simon Orchard. You've absolutely called it. The Argentinian fans bouncing in the stands. The Aussies, the Hockeyroos, they've been bouncing, but they have to defend a penalty corner here. At all of the momentum, it does feel like, you know, maybe this is glass half full, looking through it from an Australian lens, Simon, but it feels like, come what may now, it feels like they've found something, and if they were to play Argentina again, they would have some confidence. The first half was a demolition.
Yeah, this has been an immense fight back. They have owned this third quarter. This would just be so deflating, though. Here we go, Argentina slapping the ball out.
Which way do they go? Gorzolani. It's saved by Bartram. Deflected away. Penalty corner again for Argentina. I thought Bartram got it away off her kicker. Another penalty corner spotted in amongst all of that. Gorzolani, option 1 on the penalty corners. It was, but it was dangerous. Up in the air. Second time around, Gorzolani goes again, and it deflects just wide. Into the side netting. I thought it was in for a moment, Simon Orchard, but it was into the side netting. So the Hockeyroos are coming. Argentina still lead 2-1 late in the third. Let's go to Corbin Middlemass at the BMX.
Thanks, Ben. Men's BMX racing. What happens here? There's 24 in the field. They're split into pools or heats of 8. The order is at random as we go through run 1, run 2, run 3. We're up to run 3. So basically 2 completed runs so far, and Isaac Kennedy, the Australian, is 8th. Finished 5th in the first run, 2nd in the second run, so 8th at the moment, headed into the third and final run. He needs to be in the top 12 to automatically qualify for the semi-final, so he is in that position at the moment. In the women's, the world number 1 is number 1 at the moment, Saya Sakakibara, along with Shreva of Great Britain and Willoughby of the United States. All 3 of them have won each of their opening 2 runs so far, so they all have a share of first. In the box seat to qualify for the semis, fellow Australian Lauren Reynolds is currently 9th. She's right on the border, needs to be top 12 to make it through to the semi. If she's 13th to 20th, she will participate in a last chance race, which is a shootout and a bit of chaos to try and see if she can make it to tomorrow's semi-final. Ned Hall.
Thanks very much, Corbin. Well, I can tell you Novak Djokovic is through to the semi-finals of the men's singles tennis. He'll play Lorenzo Mazzetti in the semi-finals. Won the first set against Stefanos Tsitsipas 6-3, was 5-2 down in the second set, but somehow clawed his way back to take it in a tiebreaker 7-6. And the end is nigh for Andy Murray. He and Dan Evans lost the first set 6-2. They're 5-2 down in the second, but in the most Andy Murray way imaginable. He keeps saving match points. They've even had some break points here, so it's not all done yet for Murray. It very nearly is, though. They trail 6-2, 5-2. Let's get to the pool. And Clint Wilden.
We're about to watch the swimmers introduced for the second semi-final of the women's 200 metres backstroke. A short time ago, in the first, Phoebe Bacon of the United States was able to see home Kylie Moss of Canada and Regan Smith of the United States. So Bacon with a time of 2 minutes 7.32, Moss 2:07.92 and Smith 2:08.14. Hayley McEwen about to come out onto the pool deck as we introduce the swimmers of the second semi.
Backstroke. Ligne 8, représentant l'Espagne. Lane 8, representing Spain, Africa, Zamorano San.
Representing Spain, Africa, Zamorano San.
Ligne 1, représentant Israël. Lane 1, representing Israel, Anastasia Gorbenko.
Gorbenko, 20 years of age, comes out in a thick overcoat,
Ligne 7,
headphones on.
la Grande-Bretagne. Lane 7, representing Great Britain, Katie Shanahan.
On debut, Katie Shanahan from Great Britain. Big smile on her face as she walks out.
Représentant la Hongrie. Lane 2, representing Hungary, Esther Szabo-Feltoti.
Szabo-Feltoti, the all white, the Hungarians wear the top and the cap.
Ligne 6,
Green pants, heads across to lane 2.
AIN, Anastasia Skurdai.
Anastasia Skurdai from the athletes from the independent nations coming out to lane 6.
Ligne 3, représentant la Grande-Bretagne. Lane 3, representing Great Britain, Honey Ostrin.
Slaps the left arm as she walks out to Team GB. 2:09.57 her qualifying time, and now
l'Australie. Lane 5, representing Australia, Kaylee McEwen.
Kaylee McEwen, 23-year-old, looking to defend her title from Tokyo.
Lane 4, representing the People's Republic of China, Hong Shuwei.
out into lane 4 for Peng. Hayley McEwen holds the world record in this event, trying to become the 7th swimmer in history to do a double-double after already winning, successfully defending the gold in the 100 back, looking to defend the gold in the 200 back. She's in lane 5 for the second of the semi-finals. Ostrin, deep breath. Shanahan also, both in the red caps for Great Britain. McEwen in the green and gold. The gold cap stands out so brightly in lane 5. McEwen just loosens up the shoulders. As the swimmers enter the pool for the start of the backstroke, the 200 metres. Fastest qualifier so far from semi-final number 1, Phoebe Bacon, 2:07.32. The second semi is underway. Hayley McEwen to do something exceptionally rare. Rises nicely in lane 5. Her reaction time away was the fastest 2.56 of a second as they're towards the halfway mark for the first lap, and she is in front. Hayley McEwen has about a head advantage on Peng of China, and then Osrin is third. They will turn at the 50-metre mark. McEwen's lead is 0.35 per second. Osrin 0.6 of a second behind her.
Oh, look, she is swimming beautifully. I think she just wanted to get that first 50 out nice and fast. It's almost like she's making a statement to the rest of the swimmers in this second semi-final. She is a racer. She knows how to put together this perfect 4 laps of backstroke. She's just eased up a little in this second lap as they come towards the 100-metre mark, and Peng from China in the lane next to her is just coming back a little bit closer.
She set her world record of 2023 New South Wales State Championships, 2:03.14. She won gold in Tokyo with a time of 2 minutes 4.68. She won it from lane 2 as well, from Kylie Moss, who took silver, and Emily Seebohm the bronze that night. Moss is through, you would imagine, after the first semi-final. The leader at the moment, she's taken over, is Osrin out in lane 3, but Hung and McEwen are right with her, just 0.23 of a second between Osrin and McKeon. Hung a little bit further back in third. The Hungarian swimmer, Zabo Feltoti, is in fourth, and in fifth at the moment it's Shanahan from Great Britain.
Yeah, Kaylee's looking very much in control. She's not overspinning her arms, hasn't really brought in her legs too strong. She's just easing into the wall nicely.
She's taken back the lead with about 20 to go. Doesn't look troubled at all here, Kaylee McEwen. It's all about the time, 2:07.57. So it's the second fastest qualifying time behind Phoebe Bacon of America. McEwen through with ease, taking second spot. It's Honey Osrin, 2:07.84, and third, Hung of China, 2:07.86, was 0.29 of a second behind McEwen. So this is how the final will look. Phoebe Bacon qualifying fastest. She'll be in lane 4. McEwen right alongside her in 5. 2:07.57. Honey Osrin from Great Britain is the third fastest, then Hung of China, fourth fastest. Moss, fifth fastest from Canada. Sixth quickest is Regan Smith. Seventh, Katie Shanahan from Great Britain, representing the neutral athletes. Coming in the last to qualify is Skordai, Anastasia Skordai. So Kaylee McEwen second fastest through to tomorrow's final of the women's 200 metres backstroke. Back to Corbin Middlemass at the BMX.
Thanks, Clint. We're into Heat 3, Run 3. Isaac Kennedy involved, the Australian. He's just completed it. Here's how it sounded a short time ago. Isaac Kennedy, the current World Cup leader in BMX racing, at a Narang BMX club on the Gold Coast. He's 8th, headed into his final run. Needs to qualify in the top 12 to go straight through to the semi. He's in gate number 1. Gate drops and they're away. He gets away okay as they come up towards the first double. Kennedy works his way in front of the field and he gets to the corner first. He's in the best position. Ryder goes down at the back. It's Kennedy, though, he's out in front. He leads at the moment from Campo. Gets into corner number 2. Takes it quite high. Carmona from Colombia, from Molina, Campo, White, Schwab and Bettignoli is last of all, the Italian. Into the last corner. They take the right-hander over the rollers. Kennedy still leads the Australian. And Isaac Kennedy is going to tomorrow's semi-final. That's exactly what he wanted. So he books his place straight through to the semi-final, Isaac Kennedy. That's a very impressive performance from him as we take a look at the standings here and those that have qualified directly. So there's 24 in the field, 12 go straight through to the semi-final. The next 8 are then involved in a last chance race. So instead of best of 3, as in the quarterfinals and in the semi-finals, it is sudden death. Those 8 will race off for the last 4 spots to give us 16 to compete in the semi-finals tomorrow. The order of entry after the quarterfinal run for the men. 1, 2, 3, France. So Sylvain Andre qualifies with the lowest amount of points, which is the best. So he won his last heat. He also came second in a couple of others, and as a result, he finds himself with 4 points. Roman Mayu with 5 points. Joris Dorde, who's the 9-time World Championship medalist. He's never, though, won an Olympic Games medal in his 4th attempt, retiring at the end of the Games, the 33-year-old, and he's the sentimental favourite. So Andre Mayu and Dorde are all through. Larson, the American, with 7 points, as is his compatriot Cameron Wood on 7 points. And then Isaac Kennedy, 6th through to tomorrow's semi-finals. Campos from Ecuador, also with 8 points. He's qualified straight through, as has the Swiss lad Buti. Carmona from Colombia. Kai White gets direct from Great Britain. Arabola of Spain, who had to really come from a long way back. He wasn't in direct entry calculations before his last run. And then Burton Yoli gets that last spot. So that's the top 12 in how it sits at the moment. And Kennedy straight through to tomorrow's semi-final runs. Ben Cameron at the hockey.
Australia says no obstruction.
I've got good and bad news. The good news is that Australia have equalised through Steph Kershaw. The bad news is that a penalty corner has just been awarded to Argentina. Now, they are checking here on the referral. I don't think it will go the Aussies' way, but the expert, for good reason, is Simon Orchard, our Olympic medalist. What are you saying, Orch?
I tend to agree. Claire Cowell.
Decision, stay with the penalty corner, and Australia will lose the referral.
Yeah, so Australia lose the referral, and the penalty corner will stay in place. Trini Powell barking orders. She was dishing out high fives earlier when Kershaw deflected in the second goal to equalise. But they're under the pump here, the Hockeyroos. Bartram readies her defenders. Always dangerous. Gorzalani. Here they go on the drag flick. It's low and hard and deflected over. And the Aussies survive. No, a second penalty coming. No. Looks like it might have been fair. We will do it again. In fact, it was off an Aussie foot, which was my first thought that Paddy Shand had deflected it off her foot over the crossbar. Second try for Argentina. The Aussies have been so good in the second half, but they're defending for their life here. Gorzalani on the drag flick. It's in. A deflection. And Argentina, they celebrate a 3-0 advantage. Having surrendered a 2-0 lead, they go ahead again against the Hockeyroos. They've shown so much heart in their second half, Simon Orchard.
Wonderful variation from Argentina. Gorzalani, who's already scored 5 times during this tournament, goes low and hard to Granato. Similar to Australia's corner in the first half, Granato just ducks in on her reverse kick. She's on the ground. She redirects the ball past Bartram. Squibb had no chance and then stacks on for the Argentinians. A pile of Argentinian bodies celebrating what has been a really good contest so far. Look, Australia were under the pump in the first 15 minutes. We barely got near this Argentinian side. For the last half an hour, we have been all over them, absolutely slaying this second-ranked nation in the world. This is a ripping contest.
So we'll leave it there for the time being. Can the Hockeyroos come again? Let's send it back to the BMX, Corbin Middlemass.
Thanks, Ben. Isaac Kennedy, the only Australian man entered the BMX racing. He is the current World Cup leader. This is basically the league format for BMX racing. He's already through to the semi-finals. That's good news. We turn our focus now to the women. So 24 in the field. What you need to be is in the top 12 to get automatic entry into the semi-final runs tomorrow. That is the best of 3 runs. And at the moment, Saya Sakakibara has won both her heats and she sits on top of the ranking list at the moment. Her compatriot Lauren Reynolds, the 33-year-old in her 4th games, is on the bubble. She's currently in 9th position. She's had runs of 4th and 3rd so far. So we'll probably be watching Reynolds a little more closely than we will Sakakibara here. This is heat number 1, run 3. So last chance at it. And they'll be in side-by-side gates. Sakakibara in pole position in gate 1. Reynolds is on her left. Simpson from Canada. Hayes Santos of Brazil. From New Zealand. Etienne of France. Takayama is the Japanese woman. And Thomas from Belgium. Time to go. Heat number 1 in run 3. Last chance to learn for a number of these riders to try and put themselves straight through to the semis. Gate drops, away we go. Reynolds got away pretty good. Sakakibara though beats her to the punch. It'll beat her into the opening corner. Sakakibara leads the field as they come up into the opening turn. Ahead of Simpson, the Canadian. Etienne. Reynolds is in 4th. Takayama and Hunt. That's the top 6. In we come towards turn number 2. Sakakibara takes the left-hander first in front of Simpson, Reynolds, ETN, Hatakirama, Hayes Santos, and then Holmes is second of last. Sakakibara comes up into the last turn now. Over the rollers, it's still Sakakibara. She's going to win this. She wins all 3 of her heats, and Lauren Reynolds comes through in third behind Simpson of Canada. ETN is fourth. Hatakiyama, the Japanese woman, Hayes Santos, Homers, and the teenager from New Zealand in Walker is last of all. But Saya Sakakibara is a perfect 3 from 3, the world number 1, and does it in devastating fashion to book her place in tomorrow's semi-final. For Lauren Reynolds, that's a pretty impressive run. So that takes her total points now to 7. So she was 7 coming in, takes her total points to 10. So by way of comparison, if she was to be in the men's field with 10 points, that's enough to earn you direct entry through to the semi-finals. You need to be in the top half, so top 12. If she falls behind that, she will find herself in the last chance race, which is essentially a one-off run to get those last 4 spots. But she should be pretty comfortable with that, Lauren Reynolds. And it looks as if we will have 2 Aussies through to the semi-finals tomorrow. Good news for Australia. Saya Sakakibara wins her 3rd and final heat. Then at the hockey.
As always, your timing impeccable, Corbin. Australia have just won a penalty corner. They were on the fast break. Colwell striking it on goal. A diving save from Constantina. And then she deliberately just tapped it behind over the baseline. And that means a penalty corner for the Aussies. Argentina leading 3 goals to 2. They were 2-0 up. Australia fighting back in the second half, drawing level at 2 goals all. Argentina scoring from a penalty corner just moments ago. And now with 7 to play in this final quarter. A penalty corner coming up.
Cole firing on wasn't on my bingo card. She's the centre back, finding herself in the circle. She's on the first castle. Let's see what the Aussies can produce.
Renee Taylor on the other. Colwell on the drag flick. It's just wide. Low onto the right of Constantino, I should say. And there have been things falling in order here today. As it stands at the moment, it is 3-2 to Argentina. With just under 7 minutes to play. Centre field, Colwell rolling it back to Somerville. Somerville pushes it out to the left. And Brooks will go back to Somerville, who sweeps it forward out to the extreme left. Now on the ball, here is Young. He'll sweep it back to Somerville. He can't trap it the first time or the second. Has to go a third time. That proves lucky. Pushes it centre field to Colwell. Now Somerville sweeping it out to the right. Williams can't trap it. Over the sideline. 3 hit Argentina. 5:50 to play. Argentina lead 3 goals to 2.
Lots of bypass transfers from Australian back 4. Basically, it means they're skipping a player in the link to try and get to the help side quicker. By shifting the ball quickly and bypass transferring, Ben, it gets at the Argentinian defence on the other side of the pitch. So 2 centre halves has been a great masterstroke from the coaching team. It's really struggled. The Argentinians have really struggled to deal with it. Australia has found a formula against one of the best sides in the world.
Here goes Somerville. Pushing it towards the right. Williams dribbling it down that sideline. Winning a free hit. Just in the field of play. 3-2 Argentina lead. Somerville will take the free hit. 5 minutes, 9 seconds to play. Can the Aussies find a third goal? Colwell pushing it out to the left. Can't find a teammate. Free hit Argentina. And they will cruise over just to take the free hit from the extreme right in their defensive half. The Lionesses against the Hockeyroos. 4 minutes 45 to play. Self-pass and into play, and Argentina just taking some time out of this game, Simon Orchard.
Yeah, they are. They're an experienced outfit, Ben. They know how to win big matches. We talk about the deep water. Final 5 minutes of a big game of this Olympic sport, the Hockeyroos. Look, Jane Claxton, Tatum Stewart, 2 of our selected players not playing again tonight, but you wouldn't know it, would you? Maddie Brooks has been fine in her role. Hattie Shand has been very serviceable at the back, but I think Australia can take a lot of confidence out of this. Two of their better players, a co-captain in Claxton, a dynamic force in Tatum Stewart sitting out their second game. We hope they're okay. I think we'll see them in the next couple of days against Spain.
Trying to win it back. Centre field is Taylor, knocks it on, but Argentina track it back. Albertario winning it on the defensive 25. Now they go down the right, Argentina. Pushing it forward into the attacking 25. Here's Albertario. Trying to dribble past Colwell. And Colwell puts in a stick, sees it out. Time becoming a problem here for the Hockeyroos. Nightfall at Yves du Manoir. Out in Cologne. The Aussies sitting top of Pool B, only on goal difference. Are they ahead of Argentina? Both with 3 wins from their 3 games. And then tomorrow in action against India.
We've mentioned a few times through the tournament, Ben, you do have the luxury of pulling the goalkeeper off the field if chasing a game. Katrina Powell has rarely done that. She's not an advocate for taking the goalkeeper off. I don't know if her tactics will change now that we're at the Olympics, but traditionally she doesn't like that method of trying to get back into a contest.
Might be a silly point, but I'll put it to you anyway, Watch, as well. It is interesting with the Hockeyroos up 2 goals in goal difference with Argentina. If they were to, say, both win or both draw their final game, or inverse their results and finish on the points, and this result was only a 1-goal game, that would see the Hockeyroos ahead on goal difference, so maybe another reason not to in this instance. Is that a DUM silent B point, or is that all right?
No, it's fine. Look, Argentina still have Great Britain to play. Our girls spanked them 4-0, and Great Britain don't look much chop to me, so I think Argentina can take care of them easily. I would be going for it. I think you want to finish top of the pool, but also it gives you great practice for a quarterfinal when that might be the play. You have to do it. There's nothing like the pressure cooker environment of an Olympics. I don't think you want to go into a quarter or a semi having never done that in this environment. So it's something as a coach as Squibb flashes it through the circle that I would be investigating and looking into. 2 minutes to go.
Long corner for the Aussies coming up. Is it, or is it a 16? Squibb trying to fire it in. I think that's the difference between you and I. You're an attacking, flamboyant type person. I'm very safe.
Vanilla.
Yeah, correct. 1:55 to play. Argentina leading 3-2. The Aussies searching for a goal. They came from 2 goals to 0 down to level it up at 2 apiece. Then they trail again. Now they're searching for a goal late in this game. And winning it back. Here's Young attacking 25 on the left, playing it forward. Might have hit an Argentine foot. It did. Free hit just beyond the dotted line. Lawton comes to take it. There's an issue with it. He'll have to come back. Lawton sweeps it back. Squibb, central position. Out to the right she goes. Trapped by Colwell on the dotted line. Now working further out to the right. Australia in possession in the attacking corner. Mariah Williams working left to right. Free hit to the Aussies. Showing her skills. Trying to get past a couple. Thought she was instructed. Nothing doing. And Argentina have it in their back corner. Williams pinches it back momentarily. Now Alisana getting involved. Free hit. It'll go to Australia. Penalty corner. Awarded just outside the circle. Sanchez arguing the toss. It won't matter. With a minute to go, the Aussies have a penalty corner for Torches.
They do have a referral, Argentina. Long questioning from the captain, Sanchez, deciding what to maybe do. It was a messy passage of play. Mariah Williams and Alisana pushed the ball deep in their attacking half, and then they're saying a stick check. I feel like it's a call at the moment, but hey, who cares? Australia with a chance to level it up. 3-3, a minute to go would be music to our ears.
Nervous times on the bench for the Lionesses. Penalty corner hasn't been good for Australia. Colwell on the drag flick. It goes towards the goal line, and they think there was a foot involved, was there? The Aussies are trotting back, long corner. So Argentina survives. Squibb on the dotted line, trying to sweep it in. Hits an Argentinian foot. Free hit for the Aussies. Ball comes out quick. Time ticking down. 40 seconds remaining. Squibb dribbling towards the baseline, trying to sweep it in, hits the foot, balloons in towards the circle. Time still ticking. 30 seconds to go. They need to get it into the circle, the Aussies. Squibb goes the aerial. Out towards the left. It'll come in through Somerville. Might have hit a foot. Penalty corner, is it? The Aussies want the referral. It is a penalty corner. 15 seconds remaining. The Aussies get another chance. I think it was a hand, they're saying.
Yes, Amber. Argentina are asking for no penalty corner because it's outside and it's a hand.
So just to clarify, you have given dangerous play inside the circle.
Yes, penalty corner.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Looks like it's hidden Argentinian foot on the way through to me, Butch.
I agree. No hand there from where I sit. I reckon, to be honest,
clear deflection off the foot.
The Argentinian lays her leg on the ground. It's almost a stroke. It's a good call. Penalty corner to Australia. As I said, leg clearly went down. It clearly hit the leg. Argentina had the referral. Why not burn it? This will be really intriguing. 15 seconds to go. Squibb on one castle. It looks like Cole on the other.
Haven't had a lot of luck. Penalty corner. Last chance to learn to the Aussies. Oh, a poor trap. The ball bobbles around. Now Lawton at the circle, plays it in. They'll get another penalty corner. Hidden Argentinian foot. 6 seconds to go. We'll do it again. Lawton bobbled it on the trap. Cole will put to try and bring it down, control it down. Oh, that was poor from the Aussies. Maybe this one's actually last chance to learn. Trap, Cole, drop, flick, it's in! It's in for Australia, an equaliser in the last second. Surreal, miraculous, so much heart from the Hockey Roos. They refuse to quit in this game. They've been behind 2-0, quarterback level, fell behind again, and have equalised in the last second against the second best team in the world, Simon Orchard.
Wonderful execution. They've gone to Lawton on the first castle. Cole fires it low and hard, and Mariah Williams jumping for joy, punching the air. The reverse tip flies up past an outstretched Argentino. We've seen this corner 3 times already today. That is a 10 out of 10. If it was a gymnastics round of applause, Australia, a deserved draw. How much heart from our Hockey Roos. We've talked about stacking the bricks. They will take so much confidence from sticking it to the world number 2, Argentina. What a game.
This is a team that came into these games with their culture questioned, a player left out. It was controversial circumstances. They put out a statement that was signed by the entire team, and then they've come here today, 2-0 down, looked out of sorts, somehow at half-time. They need to bottle whatever happened at half-time, Simon Orchard, because they came out full of heart and spirit and showed all of that Aussie grit that we expect in our teams and fought back twice to come back and draw this match.
You've got a water bottle in the studio that says Ben's Special Stuff. Maybe they've got the same over there in Paris. Maybe the MJ formula. Look, Argentina, they had this game a couple of times. 2-0, not the safest, obviously, margin, but Australia, they've done a lot today. They rode through the bumps and bruises of the first 15 minutes. They were getting smacked across the park. All the stats are in favour of Argentina, the Lionesses, a team that has had so much success on the world stage. Wow, this is going to be an absolutely ripping finish to the women's hockey. I didn't know if they could produce this sort of hockey consistently. They're a side that have showed flashes of brilliance. They weren't during the Pro League. So much adversity. It's almost like this team is just building to something remarkable. They're so happy. They're playing in the anthems. There's high fives like they're going out of fashion.
Nothing perfunctory about them.
Nothing perfunctory. Mate, I feel like a proud dad watching these girls achieve. I've got a connection to the boys, but I'm more proud of what the women are doing.
Because you're a father of 30 girls now.
Maybe it is, but they're capturing the imagination of Australia, and they look happy, which is most important because it is a tough environment to succeed, and they are doing it, mate.
Great work from you once again, Simon Orchard. Great work from the Hockeyroos. What a comeback twice. They draw with the second best team in the world, a 3-all draw. They will remain at the top of Pool B as I send it back to the BMX and Corbin Middlemax. Good news here, Ben, ahead of the large chance races. Australia have no representation because they're already through. So the 3 Aussie BMX races, Sayas Sakakibara and Lauren Reynolds in the women's and Isaac Kennedy in the men's, are all directly through to tomorrow's semi-final run. So what will happen tomorrow, there will be 2 semi-finals, both with 8 riders in each. They will have 3 runs, and then at the end of that we will establish a field of 8 for a 1-run final. So at that stage it's not best of 3, it's just 8. First across the line wins gold. What a day it's going to be tomorrow. Sakakibara won all 3 of the heats that she was in. Lauren Reynolds qualified 2, a couple back. And then Isaac Kennedy, after a slow start, came home strong. Interestingly, in the women's races, Sakakibara, the Tokyo gold medalist from GB, Bethany Shriever, and the Rio silver medalist, Elise Willoughby, who is the wife of Sam Willoughby, of course, who won silver for Australia in this event back in London, all won each of their 3 runs, which is going to set up a juicy final when we get there. Sakakibara from Australia winning all 3 of his runs, the world number 1. Good news for the BMX, we're all through the 3 riders to tomorrow's semi-finals. Let's take you back to the pool and Clint Wilden.
You've arrived, Corbin, just as an enormous roar has gone around. You'll know why. Well, Marchand walking out. He's already got 3 gold. But listen to this.
It's like you're at a rock concert, isn't it? It's just incredible. So good for the athletes.
Leon, they call. There are spotlights roaming around the stadium, picking out little areas. As Marchand takes the top off, he's the focus of everyone in lane 5, Sito in lane 4.
I think even when he walks out, there's a small grin as he really appreciates this attention. But then he focuses again when he gets behind the block. It's fantastic to see.
Spotting the final, the men's 200 metres individual medley from the second semi-final. From the first, and then Patrick finished 6th, the Australian. Thomas Neal 7th. It's not going to be enough, you would think, to go through to tomorrow's final. They're on the blocks in the second semi.
Take your marks.
Underway, men's 200 metres individual medley. They'll rise in a line into the butterfly to start. Knox of Canada in lane 1. In lane 2, the Ponchas from Switzerland. It's the American in Tarsus in 3. Sito in 4. Marchand in 5. Polonsky from Israel in 6. Clement from New Zealand in 7. Siu from Algeria in 8. And interestingly enough, it's Shane Kossus who leads them away, the American, as they turn and head towards the wall with the backstroke. Leon Marchand taking the lead. He's right with world record time as well.
He's obviously very strong across all of these strokes. The butterfly, backstroke, and then he's going to turn into the breaststroke in the lead. Sean looking very, very good.
Won the 200 metres breaststroke. Less than 2 hours after winning the 200 fly last night. There's no problems with a full those strokes. And again, the roar every time his head rises above the water. He's a leader by half a body length for Japan. Sito in 3rd place. It remains unanimous. They'll touch the wall with 50 to go. And as they touch, a little bit over world record time, but Marchand leads Sito and Tarsus, the American, in 3rd.
Even then, coming off the wall, he does 7 butterfly kicks underwater to ensure he can keep that speed.
20 metres to go. He's got Sito right with him. But Marchand is looking calm and composed. He'll go to the wall. Good effort on the outside by Knox to try to get him to 3rd, but the roar lets you know who's touched first. The Frenchman already with 3 gold medals in these games and all in individual races as well. He's looking for a 4th. Marchand 156.31. That is the fastest qualifying time for tomorrow's 200 individual medley. Saint-Pierre Japan was second in the heats. Knox was third. This is how they will go through. Marchand, the fastest qualifier. Foster from the first semi-final. Second fastest. Scott third. Wang of China fourth. Saint-Pierre Japan fifth. Tom Dean, 2 Brits into the final. He's the 6th fastest qualifier. Rossetti officially in 7th. And Knox does get there in 8th. So Petrick misses out and Neil misses out, the 2 Australians.
And Clint, between 1st and 6th, it's 0.6 of a second. So very close between those swimmers going into the final. I do feel like Marchand really eased up there though. It almost looked like he was eyeballing Vito and just making sure he touched the wall just ahead of him.
Marchand is the toast of the town at the moment. Get the cap on as he goes across to pick up his accreditation. Marchand is Marchand the Magnificent. The fastest through, looking to add the double to his first Olympic Games, and already with 3 individual gold medals. The expectation was he would win the 2 AMs. He's won 1. He's already chucked in the fly and the breaststroke from last night. Now his other pet event, the other expectation is still to come, and that would be just incredible to think he could go to be 4 gold medals.
Yeah, absolutely. He absolutely could be the star of this meet. Extraordinary swimming. Of course, lifted on the back of everyone in the audience. Very, very exciting race ahead of us for tomorrow night.
Gentlemen, please welcome to the full deck the athletes in the Olympic final of the women's 4x200 meter freestyle relay. À la ligne 8, lane 8, Fairweather, Thomas, Dean, Ransom, New Zealand.
The first finalist coming out for this 4x200 meter freestyle relay. New Zealand.
Lane 1, Colbert, Wood, Anderson, Hope, Great Britain.
Their best result in an Olympic Games, 5th in Athens and in London. They didn't qualify for Tokyo, Great Britain. They're here in Paris.
Ligne 7. Lane 7, Harvey, Jensen, McIntosh, Rousseau, Canada.
The team from Canada with Summer McIntosh, who has already swum tonight and won the 200 metres butterfly.
Ligne 2. Lane 2, Costa, Balducini, Heitman, Roncato, Brazil.
Finished 10th in Tokyo. Their best result was 7th back in the 2004 Athens Games.
Lane 6, Weinstein, Madden, Ledecky, Gemmel, United States of America.
A big cheer from the fans in the stands for the United States of America, and a very familiar name there, Katie Ledecky swimming.
Lane 3, Young, Li, Hua, Li, People's Republic of China.
One of the big upsets in Tokyo when China won the gold in this event, the 4x200 freestyle relay.
Lane 5, Hadar, Abraham, Ugray, Hungary.
The team from Hungary, they swam very well this morning to put themselves into lane 5 for this final.
Lane 4, O'Callaghan, Pallister, Russell, Titmus, Australia.
Now the world record holder, Jamie Perkins and Shayna Jack, got them there for the heats. They've added Molly O'Callaghan and Ariane Titmus What depth this Australian side has. The world record holders. They've won this once before, the Australians. Beijing in 2008. Rice, Barrett, Palmer, McKenzie in the final. Galvez, Bainbridge, Schlanger and Davenport in the heats. They finished in bronze in Tokyo. Ariane Titmus was part of that group. And alongside the likes of O'Callaghan, Pallister and Brianna Throssell, who is one of the most experienced relay swimmers that Australia has. They're the red-hot favourites here. Can they deliver from lane 4?
Very exciting. They're going to lead off with Molly O'Callaghan, who won the 200 freestyle already here in Paris.
It's a dual gold medalist to start. Molly O'Callaghan, the gold caps in 4. We're away, the women's 4x 200 metres freestyle relay, Paris 2024, and already Molly O'Callaghan has a slight lead. Alongside her in the red cap in lane 3 is China's Young, Hungary's Badar right with them as well. But it is going to be Molly O'Callaghan who's side by side with Young as they head towards the wall for the first time. At the 50-metre mark, it's going to be tight. It will be O'Callaghan who leads the Australians. China second, 0.14 of a second behind.
Now the game plan for Australia is they are leading with their fastest and they're finishing with their second fastest with Ariane Titmus. So obviously they're hoping that they're going to have a great lead to hand over to the second swimmer in Lani Pallister, and it's going to plan so far with Molly looking quite comfortable as she comes down to the 100-metre mark.
The United States Weinstein has caught up some ground. The US of A are now second behind the Australians at the first change. Into the water from Molly O'Callaghan goes Lani Pallister. So Pallister will be in just a moment. So O'Callaghan is determined to give her a bit of a lead, Pallister. O'Callaghan continues along. Alongside her is still Young. Impressive swim from Weinstein. Take them a long way back as they'll turn for the last 50 of their lap. It's still going to be O'Callaghan from the United States. Weinstein into second. Young is third. Good stuff from O'Callaghan as she starts to build a lead. She's almost a body length in front now of the Chinese swimmer.
I love how she just seems to lift a gear in this final 50. Her legs come in, her arms are stroking strong.
On world record pace too. She'll go to touch the wall and we'll have a little look as she does touch in, and her time is a remarkably quick one too. 1:53.52. 1:53.52 for the first leg, swung by Molly O'Callaghan. Lani Pallister, who withdrew from the 400 and then missed out on the 1500 because of COVID, leading the way for the Australians. She's 3/4 of a body length in front of Bingji Li of China as they turn to the 250. And again, still right on the world record line. The United States currently in third place. Paige Madden swimming for them.
This is fantastic swimming by Lani Pallister. She actually had a beautiful lead-off swim this morning in the heat. Obviously, we know that she was unable to swim the 1500 a few days ago due to testing positive for COVID, but it's looking like she's feeling strong and healthy now as she's maintaining the lead for Australia.
She's in front by about half a body length. China come a little bit closer. Bingji Li, still the Americans in third at the moment, but this world record pace has been maintained by Lani Pallister. She's swimming beautifully. Lee right with her, less than half a body length now as she continues to press. The Americans remain in third place. We'll have a look at they turn now at the 350. It's the Australians in front, China closing ever so slightly, 0.61 of a second behind. The Americans in third. Great Britain have climbed up into fourth. Brazil are fifth. Sixth is Canada. Seventh Hungary. Eighth New Zealand. As Lani Pallister, still under world record time, leads them up for the changeover. Next in will be Brianna Throssell at the 400-metre mark.
Come on, Lani. Now we just need a nice, safe changeover. The only thing when you're nervous standing on the blocks and you see the swimmer coming towards you, you must be patient. patient and not go early. There's nothing worse than going and breaking, which is a disqualification. So all of the swimmers need to be safe. Brianna Throssell making her way down the first 50 of her 200-metre leg, maintaining just half a body length lead in front of the Chinese swimmer.
Here's the Australians in front. So Throssell has taken that lead almost down to 3/4 of a body length. Brianna Throssell for Australia leading the way as they head towards the 500-metre mark. She of China is right with her. She's closing again. This has been a great battle between the Australians and China. The United States with the great Katie Ledecky. She's starting to close the gap as well. Throssell will soon at the 500-metre mark. China has seen that gap close to less than half a second. Throssell, with everything she's got, would know that she is right with her. Throssell breathes to her left, so she'll know exactly where the Chinese swimmer is right now as they head towards the 550. And the great Katie Ledecky continues the press. Summer McIntosh in the water for Canada. She's been able to drag Canada up into fourth. It's 0.19 of a second the difference now between Throssell and the Chinese swimmer in G. And right with them is Ledecky. She's an amazing swimmer. Ledecky has actually gone into second. Throssell still hangs on to the lead. Ariane Titmus about to enter the water. Can Throssell give her an advantage? They're heading towards the wall at the 600-metre mark. Throssell with Ledecky right with her. Here comes Ariane Titmus. She's in the water. And her lead is 0.33 of a second over the United States. China, 1.89 seconds behind.
Holy moly, Katie Ledecky just swam an incredible leg to not only overtake the Chinese, but really shorten the lead for Australia. Erin Gemmell is the swimmer for the United States of America. However, we trust in Arnie the Terminator. We know she can race strong. She is fierce. She is tough, and she's maintaining a lead. It's looking like she's extending it. It's half a body length so far for Australia. We just need her to continue to hold this as she's coming down to her 100 metres, leaving just 100 metres to go in this 4x200-metre relay.
And she's right on world record time as well with 2 laps of the full lap. She was part of the team that won bronze in Tokyo 2021. The Australians with O'Callaghan were part of the team that set the world record back in 2023. They're right on that pace, and Ariane Titmus is starting to go away from the American swimmer in second. Ariane Titmus again shows she is an absolute superstar. There was pressure on her when she entered the pool, and she soaked that up. And the question now is, can she break the world record? Because she's a full body length and a bit in front of the American Erin Gemmell. Third place is Liu of China. Still, Ariane Titmus continues on. She's got a gold and a silver already in these games. What an unbelievable swimmer she is. Disappointment a short day ago. Ariane Titmus is going to bounce back. She's going to claim another gold for the Australians.
You beauty! New Olympic record for Australia.
She has stormed home Ariane Titmus. The second time the Australians have won gold in the 4x200 freestyle relay. They've taken back the lead in the pool. The Americans had claimed it earlier in the night, but the Australians have another medal in what has been an incredible games. Paris 2024 has been nothing short of golden. For the first time since Beijing 2008, the Australians win 4x200 metres freestyle relay. O'Callaghan, Pallister, Throssell, Titmus, Perkins and Jack win the heats. The United States with silver. China took the bronze. Canada 4, Great Britain 3, Hungary 6, Brazil 7, and New Zealand in 8 spots. This is a gold quite throttled by Pallister. She gets home for Australian gold. Sarah Ryan, talk us through it.
Oh my goodness, that was extraordinary. We didn't have it all our own way as China in the early stages was nudging shoulder to shoulder with us. And then when Katie Ledecky dove in and clawed back the lead, it was looking like it was going to be a lot tighter. But in the end, Ariane Titmus, gosh, she is a class act. She built every 50 in that 200 in that final stage. You just saw her, it was like she just grew and almost just rose out of the water when her legs came in, and she just felt on fire and just chased down the wall. And that new Olympic record just shows, again, our girls keep improving, which is just so exciting.
7:38.08, their Olympic record, and I know it's super important to get across. Farewell our listeners in Adelaide to Sonia and Jules live from Paris. For everybody else, the Australians back on top of the medal table. 5 gold, 5 silvers, 1 bronze. 11 medals. The United States, who had claimed it by equaling the number of golds. They had 10 silvers and 6 bronze, and they've just added, of course, another one in that little race, but they jumped back in front after early on. Women's 200 breaststroke with Kate Douglas. As we go back to Ned Hall, the host studio.
Great call from Sarah Ryan and Clint Wheeldon. Another gold medal for Australia, and 8th overall at the game so far. Needs to climb just back ahead of Japan, who'd momentarily nipped in spot on the medal tally, and a 5th gold medal in the pool for Australia as well. It's been quite a night for all of the team sports as well, particularly the Kookaburras winning earlier on today by 5 goals to 0, but the drama with the Hockeyroos taking on Argentina, and that was watched by Simon Orchard and Ben Cameron.
Thank you, Ned. Yeah, it was a dramatic day at Yves du Manoir, and the Hockeyroos showed so much heart. They were really played off the pitch in the first half. In the first quarter, they were down 2-0 at quarter time. At halftime, they were down 2 goals to 0. But at halftime, they changed things, and they came back out reinvigorated in the second half and flipped the game on its head. They came from 2-0 down to level up at 2-2. Then they were down 3 goals to 2. And then in the dying stages, they had a couple of penalty corners in which they finally took the last of those chances to score with 1 second remaining on the clock. That's forgetting the multiple penalty strokes that they missed in this game. Simon Orchard, you have a go at summarising what we witnessed, because it was wild.
Yeah, it certainly was. Lots of drama, and look, let's not forget, Argentina were dominant in the first 15 minutes. I think it's fair to say we were shell-shocked watching, thinking, well, where has the Hockeyroos dare and dash gone from the opening 3 games? They're a side full of confidence and bravado, and all of a sudden they go into their shell. So whatever the move was at half-time, we saw the clipboard of Hugh Purvis, the assistant coach, putting 2 defensive midfielders in the heart of the field. That seemed to really pull Argentina apart. It created great little wrinkles for Caitlin Nobbs, for Steph Kershaw, for Amy Lawton, and we said probably 15 minutes into the game, the leaders need to get their stick on the ball, and they really did. Even Mariah Williams at the end diving in to get the equaliser. In the words of Shania Twain, let's go, girls, because it has been thrilling hockey. We are loving our hockey teams, right? A lot of success. The men against Belgium, maybe the only downside so far through the opening week. But this team, this Hockeyroos side, who has come under so much fire, who has been battered from pillar to post in media leading into the Olympics, all of a sudden are looking like a genuine medal chance. It's really exciting.
You know me so well, Orch, because whenever I hear those 3 words, I'm ready to kick a door down and just get going, and we are firing at the moment. These things are always told in hindsight, but it does feel like something special could be building, and I say could, not is, but could be building. They look like a happy group. All of the disruption leading in, there are smiles, they're swaying in the anthems, high fives galore. You just get a sense when a team is performative in their joy for another player, but this seems genuine. They seem together at the moment.
Well, they've been through the fire, Ben. They've had to come together, and it's galvanised them. Maybe what they went through, the Rosa Malone saga that was played out so publicly and so not grubbly, but it was really difficult for people to get their heads around. And all of a sudden they come through the other side. We've seen a couple of players go out through minor injury niggles. We've seen 2 reserves come in and play their role to perfection. And you're right, the sheer joy for seeing other teammates have success, and that was resilient tonight. It was mature from the Hockey Roos as well against an Argentinian side who have been really, really good for 2 decades of Olympic competition. We haven't won a medal since 2000, gold, with Katrina Powell, the coach now at the helm. She was the last Australian to hold a gold medal around her neck. So look, the quarterfinals loom large. We're going to get a really tough crossover. The other pool is laden with talent. I'm hoping the mouth-watering fixture, China, coached by Alison Annan, one of our golden girls, one of the best to ever pick up a stick, and Rick Charlesworth as well, teammates and a coach of Katrina Powell. Wouldn't that just be a blockbuster quarterfinal if that emerges?
Well, I'm always barracking for the story, but I'm not sure about that. I know you remain very loyal to your former coach and mentor in Charlie, Rick Charlesworth. I don't want to discredit what Trini Powell was able to do, clearly changing things up at halftime, and what the girls were able to do with that mature performance. But we know Emma Murray has been working with this group, and she really is the mental skills whisperer. And clearly, you spoke about the maturity. They were able to hang tough, sort something out between the years that allowed them to stay in this game and eventually get something out of it with a point that keeps them at the very summit of Pool B ahead of Argentina on goal difference.
Yeah, we've talked about stacking the bricks. Look, the opening performance against South Africa certainly won't be one that they talk about for years and years and years, but since then we've seen different players emerge at certain times. We've seen different wrinkles in the way that they attack. Their penalty corner was a little bit better tonight. They've certainly created more opportunities from the top of the D, and I think Jocelyn Bartram, we haven't had to call her name a stack. That's a really good thing, but she's also one of our most important and integral players. So, look, they've been through the fire a couple of times already this tournament. We know the build-up has galvanised this group, and I'm really excited. A potential banana skin game looms. That's my only query. Spain, a tricky opposition. They'll be dour, defensive-minded. They'll probably be playing for a spot in the quarterfinals. How will Australia juggle that? They'll know what they have to do. Argentina will play Great Britain earlier on that match day, so they'll know what they need to achieve to finish top of the pool. But, gee, it's exciting. We haven't talked about the Hockey Roos in this manner for a long time. They're really building, hopefully, towards a big end to this Olympic Games.
So that game against Spain in a couple of days' time at 12:45 Paris time on pitch 1 at Yves du Manoir. Tomorrow, the men, the Kookaburras, they take on India. They did win what feels like a long time ago now, but was earlier today against New Zealand, 5-0, and really it was a very comfortable win over New Zealand. So they will be advancing from Pool B. We wait to see what it looks like in the crossovers for the Kookaburras, but they have been comfortable in all of their matches, barring that game against Belgium, where everything went right for Belgium and nothing went right for the Kookaburras.
Yeah, you look behind the result, the process over the outcome. The process wasn't fantastic against Belgium, but it wasn't diabolical either. A lot of the stats pointed to a more even contest, and even today, New Zealand and Australia had the same amount of circle penetrations late in the game, but the final result of 5-0, Belgium Cookers blew them off the park. It was a confidence-boosting win, and something that they needed after a disappointing effort against Belgium. It was the gold medal rematch. We talked it up as potentially the number 1 and number 2 ranked sides in the world going head-to-head, and it was a form delivered from the red line. So for Australia to bounce back, I saw that Tom Wickham had his best game of the tournament. Tom Willock put his name in the score sheet. They'll just walk a little bit taller in the village tomorrow ahead of a really intriguing contest against India. We know them so well.
a total of 19. I do wonder whether or not the American broadcasters decided to go with gold. They were in front whichever way you count, because their gold's 11, you do go to pose. So, and when you look at the gold and silver, they had us there for the 4-5-1. But after going through the women's 200 backstroke, it's Kaylee McEwen the second fastest in tomorrow's final, and then the men's 200 metres individual medley, which unfortunately for us as Australians, the focus is going to be here despite the efforts of Leon Marchand. Neither of the Australians got through. Patrick finishing 10th fastest, but he will be the second reserve, and Thomas Neal 11th. So he misses out on place in the final tomorrow for the men's 200 metres individual medley. It then came down to the last race of the night for a final, the women's 4x200 freestyle relay. I'm not overplaying it when I was saying the Australians were the red-hot favourites. And when they won the heats, semi-finals, because only 2 races to 4 to see the fastest qualifiers, they were 7 seconds in front of everybody else in the league. And then they brought Molly O'Callaghan and Ariane Titmus in, which on fastest times would have put them another 8 seconds ahead. Wasn't quite dramatic. They never are in finals with so much on the line, and the Americans and the Chinese pushed them all the way. Ariane Titmus at the end just showed how good she is when she went in after being given a slight by Brianna Frossel, who had made sure she maintained a lead though. Ariane Titmus was able to just draw away and make sure the Australians were going to win gold, and they did so 2.78 seconds quicker than the United States. They claim an Olympic record, 7:38.08, better than the previous Olympic record in China, 7:40.33. So they've done very well, the Australians. It's a 5th gold for Molly O'Callaghan, a 4th gold, this is in total, to Ariane Titmus, 2nd to Brianna Frossel, 2nd to Shayna Jack, 1st gold medal for Lani Pallister and to Jamie Perkins. And the focus will be on the superstars, Callaghan and Titmus. Before we get to them, Sarah Ryan, I'm thrilled for Lani Pallister after what would have been a gutsy move to leave the chance of swimming the 400 to give herself the best opportunity in the 1500, and then to get COVID and be unable to swim. It's a great story that she's been able to get back and get herself a gold medal. She was great leading them off in the heats, and now she's got an Olympic gold medal as the 2nd swimmer in this 4x200.
Yeah, absolutely, Clint. I think you never say someone's more deserving, but gee whiz, in this occasion, Lani is so deserving of getting a gold medal, not only for the campaign this year to get to Tokyo, but for the last 3.5 years, because she did unfortunately miss making Tokyo because of health reasons, and she's really had a roller coaster career up until this point. So I feel like that gold medal to her is going to mean the world, especially because she's done it with these other amazing girls on the team.
Lovely slow motion shot we just watched on the big screen as we wait for the swimmers to come out and be presented. All 4 swimmers holding both arms aloft, hand in hand as they celebrate.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's 4x200 meter freestyle relay.
And again, our women continue to dominate wherever you happen to be around the nation as they skip. And I don't mean that to be facetious. They literally skipped across the high five some of the support staff, some of the other swimmers standing alongside the end of the pool.
Welcome the medalists.
They make their way across. They won the 4x100. They've now won the 4x200. They've done the double.
Les médailles seront remises par... The medals will be presented by... Membre du bureau exécutif du Comité olympique international et 2 fois championne olympique. IOC Executive Board member and 2-time Olympic champion, Mrs. Kirsty Coventry.
Another amazing swimmer from Africa. She's the most decorated Olympian from Africa. Kirsty Coventry, one of the special dignitaries going to be presenting the award.
Médaillé de bronze. Bronze medalist. People's Republic of China.
Medalists in Tokyo, bronze medalists here in Paris 2024. They challenged the Australians for much of the early stages. Able to hang on to take the bronze medal in the 4x200 freestyle relay.
Silver medalist, United States of America.
Still quite a crowd cheering for the United States of America there in silver. They were silver medalists in Tokyo. They have dominated this relay in many of the past Olympic Games.
Aaron Gemmel. Swimmers, Simone Manuel, Anna Poplowski, and Alex Shackle.
Katie Ledecky there, adding to her extraordinary collection of medals with another silver. Takes her tally here, just in Paris alone, to 3. A gold, a silver, and a bronze so far. So she has the full collection. We wait for the announcement of our new Olympic record holders and gold medalists.
Médaillé d'or et championne olympique. Gold medalist and Olympic champion, Australia.
It's a 5th gold medal in the pool for the Australians. 5th gold medal for Molly O'Callaghan.
Molly O'Callaghan. Lanny Hollister. Brianna Russell. Ariane Titmuss. And heat swimmers Shayna Jack and Jamie Perkins.
They've done the double, the Aussie women. 4x200 freestyle relay tonight after winning the 4x100 freestyle relay earlier in the games.
Look, we're very fortunate that the crowd stand right behind the medalists, and you can see the Hurriane family arm in arm just behind. Very proud.
Mesdames et messieurs, merci de bien vouloir vous lever si vous le pouvez pour l'hymne de l'Australie.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you are able for the anthem of Australia.
gentlemen, the Olympic medalists.
As they embrace, the four of the girls come together in a big group hug, and then they separate, and they just happen to drop the little box with the poster. And now all the medalists come together. Beautiful, big smiles on our girls' faces. Very proud moment, not only for them but their families, and everybody who's been on the journey with them to this point. I know we're very blessed to get another gold. Sometimes we forget how hard it is to receive one. Those girls made it look really easy today.
Again, we've spoken often about the sacrifice that Ariane Titmus made to move across up from Tasmania. There is the family who made that sacrifice with her as we see them being celebrated on the big screen. Brianna Frost did the same to make sure that she gave herself the best chance to move from WA after spending a long time in the West to move to Queensland again. See where the elite swimming programs are to give herself the best chance of being where she is now. Australians will celebrate for some time to come. And that's a nice touch to see heat swimmers just across the fence, and Lani Pallister and now the rest of the finalists go across to thank Shayna Jack and Jamie Perkins for their efforts in making sure they qualified the fastest, and by some 7 seconds.
Oh, Molly just actually put her medal over Perkins' head and said, "Here you go." She will, of course, get hers a little later. That's beautiful. Team Boxall's just stepped out on pool deck to have a photo with the Chinese relay swimmers. Oh, he's such a character.
Interesting thing. You've got to be careful you don't get in trouble for getting involved with the other swim team.
Yeah. I'm glad he's wearing a mask. He's got his mask on. He's staying safe.
And now Rowan Taylor as well, the head coach, goes down and congratulates them. And Jamie Perkins has just snuck up behind Molly O'Callaghan and just draped the medal back over her head. It was a nice touch from O'Callaghan to try and do the right thing, and she's done well. She's got past the security guards. She should be out there at the moment, but she's not completing. But she somehow snuck past, and Jamie Perkins from behind. It was a sneak attack with a gold medal.
Rightly so, because now Molly has to have photos. So it would look weird if she didn't have her medal around her neck for the photos.
No, that's what you call good thinking.
Yes.
From Jamie Perkins. Well done to her. You can see for a second, Molly go, what is happening? I'm being attacked by a gold medal. Well done. Well done to Jamie Perkins for remembering as well. So as all this continues on, and all the photographs that we'll see time and time again get taken by the hard-working members of the photography corps here at the arena, Murray Large Defence Arena. There's 2024's home swimming. Let's recap what's been an unbelievable night. Let's go backwards, as we should. The Australians picked up a 5th gold medal in the pool on night 6. They were the red-hot favourites, the women's 4x200 metres freestyle relay team, to do the double after they earlier in the event on the 4x100. The Australians had finished fastest of the qualifiers. They started in lane 4. They had almost a 7-second advantage going into the final, thanks to the efforts of the heat swimmers Jamie Perkins and Shayna Jack. But Molly O'Callaghan and Ariane Titmus were added to the 4. In the end, while they were challenged by the United States and China, particularly late, when Ariane Titmus entered the pool, she took control. And from the moment that she was 25 minutes into her first, you knew that the gold was going to be the Australians. They would win this event for the first time since 2008. It is a 5th gold medal for Molly O'Callaghan, a first for Lani Pallister, who after missing the 1500 that she had focused on and sacrificed swimming in the course of it, delighted to see her with the gold medal. Brianna Crossing, her 2nd gold in total. Ariane Titmus, her 4th gold in total. A 2nd gold for Shayna Jack, a 1st for Jamie Perkins. The Australians winning gold in an Olympic record time of 7:38.08. So they now are the reigning Olympic champions. They are the Olympic record holders, and still in 2023. swim it was again.
Absolutely, Tim. It was just a delight to watch from the start. Obviously, leading with Molly O'Callaghan was a smart game plan. The Australian head coach decided, let's go with our fastest, and she made sure that she gave a lead to the next swimmer, Matthew Pallister, and Lani did a magnificent job to maintain a lead. Although, like you said, the Chinese were staying close to her throughout that 200-metre leg. But in the end, it was never an issue as soon as Ariane Titmus dove in the pool. As we've said time and time again, she is a fighter, a racer. She's tough and brought it home strong.
Getting the women's 200 fly. There were two Australians involved. Connor in lane 1, Elizabeth Eppes in lane 6. Gold to go in the third time. Summer McIntosh, she picked up another medal at these games. The silver to Raven Smith, bronze to Zoe Fay. This finished fourth. Connor mentioned seventh.
A fantastic result for Summer McIntosh. I'm impressed. For a 17-year-old, she maintained a sense of poise and calm every time she walks out on deck. And I really feel like this is her meet at last. Obviously, this is the second time she's raced at an Olympics, and the experience of being so young, 14-year-old in Tokyo, is really paying off for her here now that she has a third individual medal. An outstanding result for Summer McIntosh from Canada.
Incredible performance by Summer McIntosh. The men's 200 metres backstroke final, there were no Australians involved. The gold medal went to Hungary's Hugh Koss, the silver medal, and the Greeks were thrilled. Their first medal since Rio 2016. They deserved the celebrations. And Ostelos Christou with the silver, and the Swiss from lane 5, Roman Michikov, took the bronze. Into the men's 50 freestyle, it was Cam McAvoy up against Armbruster. And the good news for Cam McAvoy is he is through the equal fastest qualifier for the final tomorrow. He's done things a little bit different than Cam McAvoy, but a chance of a gold for the professor tomorrow in the pool.
Yeah, look, as we know, 50 freestyle is always going to be tight, but this one, it's going to be really tight because Cam and then the great British swimmer, Benjamin Cragg, touched equal first in their semi-finals, which makes it really tight. So, going into the final, it is always going to be Cam McAvoy who is our great hope in this event. However, he won't get it his own way because Caleb Dressel, the returning champion and an outstanding American sprinter, is in the mix going into the final in 5th. So, really looking forward to seeing how the Splash and Dash goes tomorrow night.
I'm not sure how they sort of fix things out. The Cragg will start in 4, McAvoy in 5.
Oh, okay.
Massive deal. That is tomorrow. The women's 200 metres breaststroke final was 1-1, and Kate Douglas for the United States picked up the gold. Tatiana Smith the silver, Tess shooting the bronze. This was interesting because at the time that it was run, the Americans with their 4th gold and 4 medals in total had kind of topped the table in the pool over the Australians. Kate Douglas, a great swim, and always pleased to see Tatiana Smith, the Tokyo gold medalist, get a silver medal in women's 200 breaststroke in Paris.
Yeah, like you said, Clint, it was a classy swim by the American Kate Douglas. She fought hard for that. Tatiana went out because she is naturally a speedster, already winning the 100 breaststroke here in Paris, but the American did get it on the end, a touch. And like you said, then the Americans went on top of the gold medal tally, which luckily for us was only short-lived.
It was. The women's 200 metres backstroke final will be decided tomorrow after Kaylee McEwen tonight became the 2nd fastest qualifier. She'll be in lane 5. Pete Macon was the quickest, the American. She's in lane 4. Kaylee McEwen looking to become just the 7th swimmer to do a double-double because she's already won the women's 100 metres backstroke, so she's defended that. Can she defend the 200 back tomorrow?
Yeah, I know that this race really is going to be another showdown between Australia and the USA. Kaylee McEwen and Regan Smith. Do you know what? Look at how Kaylee swam that semi. She's got more to give. I feel very comfortable in the fact that she looked like easing up in that final 20 metres in the semi tonight. So, if again, it comes down to racing and who wants it the most on the night.
No, the Australians will Petrick and Thomas Neal in the men's 200 metres individual medley semi-finals. They both finished outside of the times to qualify. Petrick 10 fastest, Neal 11 fastest. Carson Foster will be in lane 5 for the Americans, and a chance for Leon Marchand to win a 4th individual gold here in Paris in front of a rapturous home crowd.
And it is looking very good, isn't it, Cliff? The way he swam tonight in that 200 individual medley, it was close in the butterfly and backstroke legs, but then as soon as he touched the wall and turned into breaststroke, he just seemed to glide away from the rest of the field. He is really in a magical moment as a swimmer. Like, who would think every time that you dive into a final you're going to win gold? It's very, very rare, and Leon Marchand has a chance to do it again tomorrow night.
Big day, day 7 tomorrow, because finals of the men's 53. Cam McAvoy will be involved there for the Australians in lane 5. The women's 200 back, Kaylee McEwen, the world record holder, the Olympic champion, looking to win that again and do the double-double. There's no Australian, unfortunately, in the men's 200 metres individual medley, but we will get to see Leon Marchand involved. It's a big day for Kaylee McEwen as well, because not only does she have the final at night in the women's 200 back, she'll be involved as well in the women's 200 metres individual medley, because the heats for that start tomorrow as well, as do the heats for the men's 100 butterfly. The women's 100 free, so Ariane Titmus and we assume Lane Cross will be back in the pool again alongside Katie Ledecky. We'll be looking for a 4th gold in this event. And you've also got coming up the heats of the mixed 4x100 medley relay. It's going to be another big night in the pool. 3 finals. Kaylee McEwen involved in the 200 back, and Cam McAvoy in the men's 53. As we go back to the host studio and Ned Hall.
Great stuff team there at the pool. Sarah Ryan and Clint Wheeldon calling all the action, bringing home another Australian gold at the end to move to 8 on the medal tally for the Olympic Games so far. 8 gold, 6 silver, 4 bronze. Maybe more medals coming tomorrow, particularly in the track BMX racing. Saya Sakakibara has been in great form, and Bobby Milliman has been watching all of the qualifying that's taken place earlier on today.
Thanks, Ned. A great outcome for the Australians. We had high hopes leading in, given the fact we've got the #1 BMX racer in the world in the women's division in Saya Sakakibara. So she won all 3 of her runs in the quarterfinal to cruise through into the semis tomorrow at the earliest possible stage, as did Lauren Reynolds, by the way, the 33-year-old who's at her 4th Olympic Games. Much less fanfare about her and her hopes here, obviously with Sakakibara, the headline act as the world champion. But Lauren Reynolds finished 4th, 3rd and 3rd across her 3 different runs, and she too qualified in the top 12, which means no last chance race. She goes straight through to the semi-final runs tomorrow. Meanwhile, in the men's, Isaac Kennedy is representing Australia there. He's currently the leader in the World Cup Series, which is essentially the league with multiple rounds all across the globe, across the duration of the calendar year. And after the first 3 runs of that event in 2024, Isaac Kennedy is the leader. He's also coming back off wrist surgery in May, so that's not all that long ago as we sit here on the 2nd of August. So very impressive from Isaac Kennedy. He was a bit slow out of the gates, finished 5th after his first run, and then backed up to come 2nd and 1st. And as a result, Australia avoiding the last chance saloon race, which is always a little bit of a lottery. And as a result, all 3 riders make their way through to tomorrow's semi-final. So what happens there? We have essentially 16 competitors left in both the men's and the women's. They'll be split into 2 heats of 8, and there's 3 runs each. Basically, it's accumulation of points. The lower score, the better. If you win, you get 1 point. If you come second, you get 2, and so on and so forth. And after those 3 runs, the best 8 riders will make it through to the final. Now, the final is somewhat of a crapshoot. From that point on, it is 1 run off the high 8-metre standing at a 35-degree angle down the ramp at 60 kilometres an hour. 400 metres, essentially 4 100-metre lines in a row with the 180-degree banked corners and a number of jumps bumps on their way through, including a series of doubles and tabletops and rollers. And then the fastest across the line walks away with the gold medal. Australia have won just one medal previously in BMX racing. That was to Sam Willoughby going way back in 2012 in London. So hopefully that can change tomorrow from an Australian perspective. There are high hopes for Sayo Sakakibara and Isaac Kennedy that they can both deliver medals for Australia tomorrow on day 7 of competition. It's going to be a fun day. It's a sensational event, Ned, and looking forward to seeing how it all finishes tomorrow at St. Quentin on Evelings, which is the BMX stadium, pop-up stadium, erected right next door to the velodrome. It's a huge back end of the Olympic Games, and particularly with cycling continues tomorrow.
Fantastic stuff, Robin. Great calling earlier. Looking forward to seeing how it pans out tomorrow. It's panned out pretty well in the pool for the 4x200 metre freestyle relay team, and they've been talking to the host broadcaster.
Ladies, we'll catch up with Molly a bit later. She's still celebrating, but congratulations after the bronze in Tokyo. We wanted this relay back, and it's amazing to have this back. We will catch up with Molly a little bit later. But Lani, let's start with you because you were second off the ranks here. A few days ago, you were sitting in an isolation room with COVID, and I've been waiting to say this for such a long time, but Lani Pallister, you are now an Olympic gold medalist. I don't know what to say. That isolation room sucks, but I'm so negative. I would hate to put these girls in a position where I'd ruin the rest of them. So I think the medical staff at the AOC did such an incredible job looking after me and the other athletes on the Australian team that have had COVID, very mild from what it was. But yeah, these girls are so incredible. I didn't think that I'd be part of this relay at the start of the week, so to be here standing with them, it's just, I don't think I could ask for anything more than a big experience. Absolutely, and you are now a gold medalist, and that's something that no one can take away from you. Molly, thank you so much for engaging up with us. Congratulations on your third gold medal at this game. It's an incredible experience. I saw some touching scenes before where you hung your medal around Jamie's neck, one of the Explain what this team means to you.
It means the world to me, this opportunity to swim alongside these girls and have the two girls who swim the heats. It means absolutely the world to me, that I dreamed of this moment ever since Tokyo, striving to get on this team and doing whatever I can, and to have these girls inspire me and, have this support means the world. I said that a lot. But Jamie is my best friend for training, she's there for me. She's been my roommate this whole meet. She's trained her ass off to get here, and she's gone through a back injury. She's done everything possible, and I think that gold medal means a lot for me to give to her because it represents what she's been through, and she's well deserving of it. And they make up this team. It's if I can count 6 of us. But yeah,
I'm sure that moment went so well to Jamie as well, Molly. And Brianna, I saw you quite emotional on the victory lap. We know just how much this means to you, just how much being an Olympian Australian person means to you, and now you have a gold medal around your neck.
Yeah, I think in Tokyo I was fortunate to not win with a few medals, but I was just the heat most, so to actually stand on the podium alongside these 3 incredible girls, and knowing that Shayna and Jamie did the most incredible job this morning, it was just such an honour to stand up, sing the anthem, and to earn a gold medal.
And what was it like to swim with Katie Ledecky, I should say? I'm just saying your name so many times, Molly. What's it like to swim with Katie Ledecky chasing you down? You're holding off USA, you're holding off China. There's a lot of pressure in that third leg.
Yeah, holy moly. When I saw the streaks come out before I grew up swimming again, it was covering Katie. I was like, what? But I knew that I had to do my best for the team and not worry who I was against. I know if I did my best, then that's all that I can ask for, and just, yeah.
And Arnie, what a great anchor that swim was. And Arnie, we trust, we knew that you were going to get it. How are you feeling diving in, knowing that the USA and China were taking us down?
Oh, I backed myself. I had no sentences and words in my ear, but I'm really proud of this group. We've wanted this relay. I was disappointed with how I swam in Tokyo. I personally felt like I let the team down, and so this was a bit of a personal vendetta for me to come back and really play my role in the team, but also do it for our country. This was a gold medal that really needed to be ours, and I'm so proud to do it. Quite emotional. I'm proud to do it alongside all these girls, but Brie and I have been rooming for over 3 months this year, and she's never stood on the Olympic podium before, and it was very, very special to have her next to me singing the national anthem, and it's pretty fun to do it with your friends, and we're literally living the dream. So
200-metre freestyle relay team who took out the gold medal. It's been a good day for the Australian teams all around. There were 3x3 wins in the basketball, 2 of them in the 3x3 and 1 for the Opals as well. Wins across the board there. There was a draw for the Hockeyroos, but in dramatic fashion, coming from 2-0 down and 3-2 down and to draw with the world number 2s Argentina, and a 5-0 win for the Kookaburras as well. Saw them make sure that they go through to the quarterfinals. There's also a 9-8 win for the Sharks in the water polo against the host nation France. Plenty coming up on day 7. We've already mentioned Saya Sakakibara will be going for gold in the freestyle BMX, in the BMX racing. Kaylee McKeown will be going for the double-double in the backstroke, having already picked up 1 gold medal in the 100 metres, and Cam McAvoy will be going in the 50 metres freestyle. The athletics continues as well. A bronze medal in the first athletics event of the Olympic Games. In the 20-kilometre race walk, the women's event, Jemima Montag picked up the bronze medal there. No medal in the men's race there. And the race coming up tonight in the athletics is the men's 10,000 metres race, and Bruce McAvaney will be on deck once again to call the action alongside Quentin Hull. All that to look forward to tonight. And there's also, with the local favourites as well, Teddy Reiner, one of the guys who lit the Olympic flame. He sets off in his campaign for a 3rd Olympic gold in the 100-kilo plus category. All that is still to come on day 7. It's been another golden day for Australia. A gold in the pool to round things off in the 4x200-metre freestyle relay, and a bronze to kick off the day as well in the women's 20-kilometre race walk. Australia then 8 gold medals, 6 silver medals, 4 bronze medals at the end of day 6 in Paris 2024. Enjoy the rest of your day.
This is ABC News. I'm Gareth Mundy. Australia has won its 8th gold medal at the Paris Olympics, winning the women's 4x200-metre freestyle final. The team of Molly O'Callaghan, Lanny Pallister, Brianna Throssell and Ariane Titmus led from start to finish, setting an Olympic record time of 7 minutes 38.08 seconds. The United States finished second, followed by China. It's Australia's 5th gold medal in the pool. And the Hockeyroos have played out a thrilling 3-all draw against Argentina in Paris. Their opponents scored 2 goals in less than a minute during the first quarter. The Aussies were forced to fight back. Trailing late in the match, a goal in the final minutes from Mariah Williams ensured the result. Australian Saya Sakakibara had a perfect quarter-final performance in the BMX racing. The current world champion won all 3 of her heats to cruise into the semi-finals, while Lauren Reynolds finished 9th in the standings. Isaac Kennedy qualified for tomorrow's semi-finals in 6th position after winning his 3rd heat race. The defamation case brought by Senator Linda Reynolds against her former staffer Brittany Higgins begins in Perth today. As Nick Perpich reports, the West Australian Supreme Court will test the veracity of allegations made by Ms Higgins in social media posts.
The acrimony between Senator Reynolds and Ms Higgins will be laid out in court. In 2023, Ms Higgins wrote several social media posts highly critical of her former boss's handling of her allegations she'd been raped at Parliament in 2019. Ms Higgins' lawyers will argue she was not properly supported and was dissuaded from speaking out ahead of a looming federal election. But Senator Reynolds claims Ms Higgins was given extensive and ongoing support. She will argue the hurt caused to her was aggravated by a malicious plan concocted by Ms Higgins and her now husband David Shiraz to politically damage her.
Several Americans are on their way home after being freed in a major prisoner swap with Russia. Here's North America correspondent Barbara Miller.
U.S. President Joe Biden is expected to greet Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, former Marine Paul Whelan and journalist Alsa Kurmasheva when they touch down in the U.S. tonight. The three are among 16 people released from Russia and Belarus as part of a prisoner swap. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan became emotional describing the deal.
Today was a very good day.
The White House confirmed the U.S. was working on a deal to release opposition figure Alexei Navalny when he died earlier this year in Russian detention. Barbara Miller, ABC News, Washington.
The UK Prime Minister has condemned the actions of a gang of thugs after outbreaks of violence in London and elsewhere following the killing of 3 young girls in England's northwest. Sir Keir Starmer says he'll create the ability for police agencies across the country to coordinate and crack down on violent protesters. It comes as the 17-year-old boy charged with murdering the 3 girls and stabbing 10 other people in Southport was named in court, partly to counter misinformation about his identity. Mr. Starmer says the government will end violent disorder.
These thugs are mobile. They move from community to community. And we must have a policing response that can do the same. Shared intelligence, wider deployment of facial recognition technology, and preventative action.
Author Alexis Wright has won the Miles Franklin Literary Award in Sydney for her novel Praiseworthy. The novel centres around the Steele family, who are living through a federal government intervention program. Fearing an apocalypse, the protagonist, Causeman Steele, attempts to save his community through gathering wild donkeys and riding across the land. Originally from Wagin country in northern Queensland, Ms. Wright says she drew inspiration for the novel from her grandmother's descriptions of country.
Other people who are locked down their traditional ways, and I'm curious for them to go back there. But I grew up with her way that she saw the world. I had to imagine what it was and what a traditional country looked like.
WA's got showers today across most of the southwest land division, eastern Eucla, interior, east Gascoyne and the Pilbara. A small tail is likely about the south coast, and there's some chance of a thunderstorm over the northern Gascoyne. Some possible morning frost over the inland southwest land division and adjacent goldfields. Perth, cloudy, light winds and the slight chance of rain, expecting a top of 17 degrees. Right now in the city it's 7.5 degrees. This is ABC News. For news at any time, visit our website, news.abc.net.au.
Connect with Perth and WA.
Breakfast with Mark Gibson
On ABC Radio Perth WA and on the ABC Listener.
Good morning, welcome to Friday. Yes, it is almost the weekend. It is the 2nd of August, 5:05 on this Friday morning. Must admit, I woke up and I've got in a bit of a habit this week of sort of checking the Olympic results from overnight and looking at the medal tally, and I thought, oh, hang on, we haven't really added to that medal tally. What's happened overnight? Checked through the results, and then just in the past half hour or so, there's been that swimming race to add to our gold medal tally. The women's 200 metres freestyle relay, very exciting scenes here at the ABC with all 3 of the staff members present, jumping up and down and supporting the girls who won gold, including a West Australian, which is pretty exciting. Brianna Frost was part of that 4x200 metres team. It was Molly O'Callaghan starting us off, Ariane Titmus bringing us home, Lani Pallister went in second, and Brianna Frost really did well to have that third leg and just maintain the lead that the Aussies had over the Americans and the Chinese. So we've got another gold medal. That's our 8th of these Olympic Games. And we've got a whole lot of other results. I'll get to them shortly for you and just bring you up to speed with what's happened overnight. We are still really punching above our weight, Australia, being still in the top 5 on the medal tally, which is pretty impressive
impressive for a country of our size compared to some of these much bigger nations. So I will bring you up to speed with what's happened with all those Olympic results soon. And what I want to do this hour, because on a Friday we'll often dig out some archival audio from the ABC vote. And it's kind of fun. There's often just different topics that were being spoken about in the days gone by. And have a bit of a listen to that. And so this morning we've got a bit of an Olympic theme and dug out some old audio. And it just kind of got me thinking about the Olympic Games of the past. Have you been to them? Did you actually travel to an Olympic Games as a big adventure? And if so, where did you go and what did you see? I had the team in here. Kate and Dustin are producing the show this week, and Kate was desperate to see some old Olympic memories, and I told her that I covered the 2000 Olympics as a reporter. So today I brought in my photo album that Kate Lever wanted to see, and I think I had to prove to her that I was in the stadium when Kathy Freeman won the 400 metres. So when you've got the photos to prove it, everyone suddenly sits up and takes notice. So did you go to an Olympic Games? Have you got your old school photo album like I do? Because I love it. There were no mobile phones with cameras back then. It was all about just bringing your camera into the stadium, snapping off your shots, getting them developed, and putting them in a hard-covered album, which I just love. So have you done a similar thing? Have you got some Olympic memories for me this morning? If so, let me know. 1300 222 720 is the number to call. The text line is also open, 0437 922 720. 5:08, Friday morning. Let's kick things off with John Mellencamp.